to make something very clear to you guys in case you didn't know. You should be generating income when you're on these apps. Okay. The fact that a lot of you guys are scrolling all day and you don't make a dime, that's ridiculous. Because let's be real, these apps are making millions upon millions of dollars, but you're not getting a piece of the pie because you're not working on building your business. You're not working on selling your products. You're not working on creating content and monetizing that. You're wasting time. If you are not making money while you're on these apps, that is a serious problem that we have to fix today. Good morning, not tomorrow, not next week, not next year. It's got to get fixed today. I also want you ladies to understand this. You should be generating income while you're asleep, okay? The goal is to build generational wealth, but we cannot do that if the only time you make money is if you're actively working for it. Because let's be real, at some point you're going to want to take a vacation, right? At some point you're going to want to spend time with your family, you're going to want to do self-care, all of the things. But if you're only making money when you're actively clocked in, that's a problem. So we got to fix that today, okay? Not tomorrow, today. Ladies, you only need one product in your store, just one. And that one product that you choose to create and sell, good morning, will change your entire life. See, a lot of you guys get hung up with making ebook after ebook after ebook, and you have convinced yourself that if you just make 20 more ebooks, then your storefront will be complete. Ma'am, your storefront was complete with just one because you will resell that one ebook over and over and over again to hundreds of thousands of people. But you don't want to do that. You want to keep wasting time. And the reason why a lot of you guys have not started your digital product journey, your business, your online business, is because a lot of you guys live in fear. Mhm. On my live good morning, fear stands for fuck everything and run. And that's what a lot of y'all have been doing. You have been running away from your brilliant idea, your $1 million idea for years because you're so fearful of what people are going to think. You're so fearful of people laughing at you. You're so fearful of failing. And all of this fear that you refuse to let go of is the very fear that is stealing your dream life from you. Because let's be real, you know exactly what kind of life you want to live. Some of y'all been journaling and journaling and journaling for years. True or false? You know exactly what side of town you want to live on. Good morning. You know exactly what kind of vacations you want to take with your family. You know exactly how much money you want in that savings account. And most importantly, you know how much money you want to leave your children when you're no longer here. Am I lying? You know all the things. But every single day that you do not live like that is another day that you could have, but you made the choice not to. You chose to let fear steal it from you. Good morning. Good morning. For those of you guys who have never seen my face before, hello, my name is Coach Jazz. And this morning we're going to be building our online business from scratch. YouTube, I got something to say to you guys. The past few lives, you guys have been extremely quiet. Let's go ahead and get the thumbs up going. I see 25 people on this live. It takes 2 seconds to hit that thumbs up button. TikTok, start double tapping the screen. The more we interact with these lives, ladies, the more TikTok and YouTube will push these lives out to more people. And believe it or not, a lot of women want to start online businesses. But the problem is they don't realize that they're the reason why things aren't getting done. See, on my platform, I'm big on accountability. We're not doing the victim blame game, not over here. No, go take that mess somewhere else. On this live, we're going to change who we are so we can become the version of ourselves who can actually attract the things that we claim we want so badly. Okay, I'm going to be teaching you guys this morning how to create and sell your ebook. Okay, but not only are we going to be building our online business this morning, we're also going to be building who we are. We're going to work on our consistency, our discipline, our follow through, our self prioritization. I know a lot of y'all don't do that. Some of y'all are like, what? Self prioritization? Yeah. We're going to work on all of those things because until you change those things, it doesn't matter what the hell we talk about this morning because you're still not going to get it done. We have to change who you are. Okay. I'm going to be giving you guys a lot of information this morning. It would be in your best interest to write it down. If I know anything about you, you are human, which means you're bound to forget. You always do because life's and stresses. But if you write it down, if you take your notes, Anything that I do say that you happen to forget, you can still refer back to your notes and get it done, okay? The key word of this live will be execution. Go ahead and write that down. Execution. You're going to hear me say this word 10 million times because I need it to stick in your pretty head. A lot of y'all are not executing. It's amazing how many people will watch about the thing, they'll talk about the thing, they'll journal about the thing, they'll pray about the thing, they'll manifest about the thing. They'll tell all of their friends and family about the thing, but they won't actually do the thing. I know I'm talking to someone this morning. A lot of you guys love to watch TikTok lives and YouTube videos about how to start a business, but you won't do it. You refuse to do it. And that's why it's not getting done. You don't get a business by watching about business. You don't get a monetized YouTube channel by watching about monetizations of YouTube channels. You get those things by doing, which means you're going to have to close the app and actually do the thing. Okay? So we got to execute. If you have your pen and paper in hand and you are ready for class to begin, go ahead and put ready in the chat, because if you are ready to learn, I am ready to teach YouTube. Why do I see 20 people on this live and I only see one thumbs up? Make it make sense. This past week on YouTube is typically my most interactive live. But this past week, YouTube was like, look, I ain't gonna thumbs up nothing. I ain't gonna tap nothing, Jazz. I ain't doing nothing. Thank you, AI. YouTube said they ain't doing nothing. They ain't gonna thumbs up nothing. TikTok, same with you. Can we double tap the screen? Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Good, good, good. Let's go ahead and get started. If you don't want to tap the screen, don't tap the screen. I don't give a hell. I don't give a damn. Don't do it. So, what is a digital product and how will we build our business? Let's talk. So, a digital product, ladies, is something that you do not have physical possession of. So, think of a movie on Netflix, think of a song on your Apple Music or Spotify. You just don't physically have it in your possession, right? It's all out in the cloud somewhere. Thank you, AI Ready. We are going to create something to sell. And it could be anything. Thank you, Shaletta. There's something that you already know how to do. Okay. There's something that you're already really good at. See, a lot of you guys sell yourself short and you're trying to overthink what kind of business you should be starting. But 9 times out of 10, the answer is right in front of your face. Whatever it is that you love to do, whatever you find yourself doing all of the time for free, that's probably the thing that should be creating a business on. Okay. And you don't have to do an ebook if you don't want to. You could do workbooks and journals. You could do affirmation guides. You could do private communities. Whatever you want to sell, you can sell. Okay. Now I'm going to give y'all 2 apps, and these apps will change your entire life if and only if you use them. Okay. So not only are you going to download the app, you're going to open it up and you're going to use it. Okay. If you're ready for app number 1, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. For those of you guys who just turning in, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz. We are building our online business from scratch. And while I wait for someone to put a 1 in the chat, let me ask you and just be honest. We're not going to lie to ourselves this morning. We're not going to gaslight. When was the last time, thank you, Jose. When was the last time we said to ourselves that we're going to take 20 minutes today and work on our goals? I don't care who needs what from me. I don't give a damn. I'm going to take 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, and I'm going to work on something for myself today. Hmm. Some of y'all like, I never do that, Jazz. And that's the problem. That right there is the problem. You never put yourself first in your own life. Let me ask you, how is that going? Is that working for you? Are you getting the things done? No, you're not. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. It amazes me how many of you guys think that you can continue to not put yourself first in your own life and somehow a business, an extra money, a side hustle, whatever it is just going to fall into your lap. That's not how life works. You are going to have to start making yourself a priority in your own life. Instead of you scrolling on social media for 5 and 6 hours a day, how about you just scroll for 5.5 hours? And those other 30 minutes that you would have been scrolling, you lock in on the business that you claim you want so badly. You make things more challenging than it needs to be because you won't get off of these apps. You are going to have to make yourself a priority in your own life, or you can keep doing what you've been doing and keep getting the results that you've been getting. It's as simple as that. Okay? All right, clock it. App number one, good morning, is Canva. You will be using Canva for everything, okay? Some of y'all already know about Canva because you scroll TikTok lives all day. So you should already have this app downloaded. You will be using Canva for your content. You will be using Canva for your YouTube thumbnails. You will even be using Canva for your ebooks. Whatever you need, I promise you, you can find it on Canva, okay? And Canva is very easy to use. Don't psych yourself out and start trying to convince yourself that you can't do it. All you have to do is drag and drop. It's really not hard. Get out your head, okay? Now, before we get into app number two, I do want to speak to the woman on this live who's holding on to fear. If you're new here, fear on this live stands for fuck everything and run. And that's what you're ready to do now. You're ready to run away. Because you're saying things to yourself like, Jazz, I would love to start an online business, but I'm not tech savvy. What if I'm too old for this? What if it's too late for me? Okay. Well, before you run away from the financial freedom that you claim you want so badly, listen to me. First of all, you woke up this morning. That's a blessing. Okay. Every single day that you wake up means that you were blessed with another day to work on your goals. Until you are 6 feet under, it is never too late to start anything. So get that out your head. Number two, you are extremely tech savvy because let's be honest. Thank you, Aisha. You are on social media all day. You're liking, commenting, sharing, and archiving. That takes tech savviness. So you will use the same tech savviness that you already have and grow your online business. And number three, for my ladies who think they're too old for any of this, what did we say? We said we were going to sell our knowledge. If you are older, you have a lot of knowledge, which means you have a lot of wisdom, which means you have a lot of things that you could be selling. So get to selling. Okay? She said, I'm working on funding right now. You don't need any funding to start your online business, Aisha. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. You just need to start. If you're ready for app number two, go ahead and put a 2 in the chat. For those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz. If I say anything that resonates with your spirit and is vibrating with your soul, make sure you guys are double tapping the screen, like, comment, and share the live. Also, you guys, make sure you follow me and subscribe if you haven't already, because they do steal my videos, especially on TikTok. And they turn around and they make fake accounts pretending to be me to finesse you. Do not get hoodwinked, finessed, or bamboozled on these TikTok streets, y'all, because they coming for you. They is coming for you. Okay. App number two, good morning, Janae, is Chat GPT. You will be using this for everything. This is AI. But TikTok family, let's be clear, you should already have this app because you scroll TikTok lives all day. So I haven't said anything that you haven't already heard. This is an execution problem. Again, a lot of y'all love to watch about the thing. You like to talk about the thing. Some of y'all love to journal about the thing. You'll do vision boards about the thing. You'll tell other people about the thing, but you won't do the thing. You have to use the app, okay? This is AI. You'll be using AI for everything, okay? So you do want to create content, great, but you're not too sure what kind of videos to make. No worries. ChatGPT will tell you. Maybe you want to start that YouTube channel that I tell y'all every single morning to start. ChatGPT will script the entire video for you, so now all you have to do is say the words if you're camera shy. Maybe you do want to sell an ebook, but you're just not too sure what to put in it. Fine. What if I told you ChatGPT will write the entire ebook for you from beginning to end in under 30 seconds? Hmm. Mm-hmm. I cannot make this up, ladies. It has never been easier than today to start your online business. But again, you keep getting in your own way. Your lack of consistency, your lack of follow through, your lack of discipline, your lack of prioritizing yourself in your own life, your lack of confidence. Yes, these are the very things that's holding you back from getting it done. All right. So we got to fix all of it. I gave you Canva and I gave you ChatGPT. Now we're going to put it together and write it. She said, I got 2 ebooks, slow sales, but you're watching instead of doing, Aisha. Why are you not hosting your own live? These are the things that I'm talking about. I gave you Canva, I gave you ChatGPT. Now we got to put together and write this ebook. Okay. If you are ready for prompt number 1, go ahead and put ready in the chat. Listen, I love the fact that a lot of you guys tune into my content regularly. I love the fact that a lot of you guys watch my lives regularly, but honestly, I'm gonna tell you what. I would rather you be doing the thing to build your own business than watching me build mine. That's how much I want you to execute. I say this every time I'm live. If you're gonna watch my videos, you better be watching while you're moving. If you're going to consume my content, you better be moving. I don't want you sitting on your couch or laying in your bed watching me. Absolutely not. The ladies who are listening to my content, they better be walking and getting them steps in. They better be meal prepping them healthy meals to lose this weight. They better be setting up to create their own content. They better be editing their videos. You better not be sitting and watching and not moving. You better be driving to work. I want you in motion. I want you executing. We're going to get it. Okay? Don't just sit and watch. All right? Okay. You're going to open up Chat GPT. You're going to type this in. This is prompt number 1. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. If you got that, go ahead and put got that in the chat. If you need for it to be repeated, this is the opportunity to ask. Remember, closed mouths do not get fed. And while I wait for somebody to put got that in the chat, let me ask you, and be honest, we're not telling lies to ourselves. When was the last time you told yourself that you were proud of you? Thank you, Jose. When was the last time you told yourself that you're amazing? When was the last time you told yourself that all things you touch turn to gold? Exactly. That's a problem. That's a problem. Ladies, your internal world, the things you have going on in this pretty head of yours, is always a reflection of your external. If you don't speak to yourself positively, you will not show up for yourself in a positive way. If you have chaos going on in your mind, I know for a fact your life is chaotic as hell. You are going to have to start putting some respect on your name. And you are going to have to start saying nice things to yourself. Because the way you feel about yourself determines how you show up for yourself. And if you want to start showing up for yourself and pouring into yourself so that you can actually get the things done that you claim you want so badly, you are going to have to start saying nice things to yourself. That is a non-negotiable. I want you to be saying nice things to yourself all day, every single day. No, it's not conceited. No, it is not arrogant. No, that is not narcissistic. That is you building your confidence. It's a non-negotiable. You better be saying nice things to yourself all day long, all day, every day, not once in the morning, all day. Okay. Okay. Give me 10, give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solve a problem. You're going to hit enter. Now, before we move forward, I want you to write this word down. This says consistent. Write it down. And after you write it down, I want you to underline it 50,000 times, and then I want you to circle it. Because this morning, you and I are going to lock in on the true definition of the word consistent. Because believe it or not, a lot of y'all are extremely confused. So I'm going to go ahead and unconfuse you. You're welcome, Dan. Some of y'all think consistent means once in a while. Hmm. Some of y'all think consistent means if you have time. Some of y'all think consistent means if you're not too busy. No, absolutely not. Consistent means more often than not. So, if there are 7 days in a week, you better be working on your business or any goal that you have for yourself 4 out of the 7 days out the week. Ladies, you are gonna have to start being consistent if you want any of this to work. If you're not willing to be consistent, then why are you here? Go watch The Housewives or something, because on this live, we're building businesses. On this live, we're building ourselves. And if you're not interested in doing that, stop wasting your time. You have got to be consistent in order for any of this to work. I don't care if you spend 20 minutes 4 days out of the 7. I don't care if you spend 5 hours 4 days out of the 7. I don't give a damn about the amount of time, but you will start showing up for yourself at least 4 out of the 7 days. That's a non negotiable. And don't you dare try to say you don't have time. Don't you do it. Stop gaslighting yourself, because let's be honest, you're on social media all day. If you have time to scroll, you have time to do this. If you have time to catch up on your favorite TV shows and watch all the movies, you have more than enough time to do this. See, you say you don't have time so you can feel better about the excuses that you make, but we're not going to do that. Not over here. You have more than enough time to work on your business. So you are going to have to be consistent, or none of this will happen for you. Okay? Okay. Now, let's make consistency easy, because life is hard enough. Okay. Life is life, and stress is stressing, and then bills is piling up. So let's make consistency easy so we can easily be consistent and get the things done. Okay. Listen to me. It is so much easier to be consistent. Good morning. When you do things that you actually like to do. Okay. Because when you do things that you actually like to do, it doesn't feel like work. Okay. I want you, excuse me, to go through the list that ChatGPT gave you and only choose ideas that you truly enjoy. I want you to ask yourself, what is something I would love to talk about all day, every day, if I could get paid to do it? And whatever that thing is, that's your business. That's your business. See, a lot of you guys love to overcomplicate things. You make things so daggone complicated, and that's why you can't be consistent. Some of y'all chose niches and things you don't really like, but you only chose that thing because someone told you that it's trending and you can make a whole bunch of money. But here's the caveat. If you're not consistent, you're not going to make a dime. You're not going to make not one penny. So do yourself a favor and only choose things that you actually like to do so that you can easily show up consistently and get it done. Okay. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. One more thing before we move forward. This is critical. If you don't remember shit else I said this morning, you better remember this. Write this down. Money flows where energy goes. Money flows where energy goes. Write that down. Good morning. Money flows where energy goes. If you're anything like who I used to be, you are giving all of your energy away. You are literally an energy vending machine. Okay. You are giving all of your energy to your husband, your boyfriend, your sneaky link. You are giving all of your energy to your children. You are giving all of your energy to your job and your coworkers. You are giving all of your energy to celebrity gossip and the news. You are giving all of your energy to your friends. And by the time you sit down to work on something for yourself, you can't because you gave all your energy away. And now you feel drained. You feel exhausted. You feel frustrated, depressed, anxious, resentful. Mm. Because you keep giving all of your energy to everybody else. But let's be clear, you choose to feel that way because you're the one that keeps doing it. Starting today, right now, we are going to start being stingy as hell with our energy. And we are going to start telling people no. And no is a complete sentence. It does not need to be explained. I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm here to tell you this. You matter too, okay? Your happiness is important too, okay? The answer is no. No, I cannot keep giving you rides. That is time that I could be spending on my business. No, I cannot keep loaning you money. That is money that I could be spending on my business. No, I cannot sit here and listen to you talk to me about your problems. I got to fix my own. Tell your friend who always wants to trauma dump on you to go hire a damn therapist. You are not her therapist. Because when you start telling people no, you start saying yes to you. Okay? Money flows where energy goes. So when you start putting energy back into you, the money flows right behind it. Okay? Don't you ever forget that. All right? Okay. If you're ready for prompt number 2, go ahead and put a 2 in the chat. For those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz. This morning we are building our own online business from scratch. But most importantly, we are building who we are. We are building our consistency, our discipline, and our follow through, our self-prioritization so that we actually get the shit done. Okay? Once you choose digital product idea you want to use, you're going to type this into Chat GPT. Here we go. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. Good morning. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. You're going to hit enter. You're going to hit enter. If you got that, put got that in the chat. If you need for me to repeat it, this is the opportunity to ask. Also, you guys, if I'm saying anything at all that resonates with your spirit and vibrates with your soul, start double tapping the screen. TikTok and YouTube, can we get some more thumbs up and double taps on the screen? The more we interact with these lives, you guys, the more TikTok and YouTube will push these lives out to more people. And believe it or not, a lot of women have no clue that they're the ones holding themselves back. They're playing the blame game. They think it's everybody and everything else. They have refused to look at themselves in the mirror and recognize that they're the reason why. But there's so much power in that. You can't change other people, but you can change yourself. Mm. You're going to hit enter. Good morning. Good morning. You're going to hit enter. This is what I mean by it has never been easier than today to start your online business because ChatGPT literally wrote the ebook for you. It is written. Now all you have to do is copy and paste. You will literally copy what ChatGPT gave you and you will paste it into your Canva template. So on the Canva app, you're going to open it up. In the search, you're going to type in ebooks, hit enter. It's going to give you thousands of templates. Pick your most favorite one. They are all 1000% customizable. Okay, you will copy and paste. Now, for my ladies who love to overthink, you know who you are. You overthink from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed every single day. Stop, because it's not getting you anywhere. Write this down. KISS, KISS. This is an acronym that stands for Keep It Simple, Silly. Keep it simple. Stop overthinking. The only thing your ebook needs to be is clean, simple, legible. That's it. As long as it's those three things, you are good to go. Okay? Clean, simple, legible. Once you have finished copying and pasting and you love the way your ebook looks, you will then download it as a PDF file. PDF. You will then upload that file to your hosting sites. I hope you guys are writing these down. Number one is Stan Store. Number two, Etsy. Number three is Beacons. Number four is Gumroad. And number five, Shopify. Stand Store, Etsy, Beacons, Gumroad, Shopify. If you've got all of this, go ahead and put got that in the chat. Let me know that you are here and present. And these are some of the most popular hosting sites. Yes, there are plenty more out there, but these are some of the most popular ones. And your product only needs to be on one of these, not all five. Okay? If you got that, put got that in the chat. Thank you. Thank you. Now, before we move forward, I do want to let you in on something that I've noticed about us people. Listen, one thing I've noticed about us, and I used to be the exact same way, is we love our comfort zone, don't we? We love our comfort zone. And in case you didn't know, your comfort zone is just your daily routines and habits. It's what you do on a day-to-day basis. It's the people that you talk to. It's the environments that you frequent. It's the excuses that you make. It's the content that you watch. It's the distractions that you have. It's the vices that you do. It's just your daily routines and habits. That's all it is. The path of least resistance. What's most familiar to you. But notice the results that you're looking for. The business that you claim you want, it's not in your comfort zone. The financial freedom that you claim you want, it's not in your comfort zone. The happiness that you claim you want so badly, it's not in your comfort zone. The confidence that you say you want, it's not in your comfort zone. Because if it was, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be scrolling social media all day. You would be out living your best life. But you're here. You scroll because the life that you're looking for, or excuse me, the life that you are currently living, you're not 1000% happy with. But that's a choice. That's a choice because you refuse to do something different. You refuse to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone and try something just a little bit different today so that you can slowly but surely get the results that you want for your life. Let me tell you this. You are going to have to leave that comfort zone. And notice a lot of the times we become comfortable with being depressed. You've been depressed for so long, that's your comfort zone. You have become comfortable with making excuses. You've been making excuses for years. Excuses is your comfort zone. You have become comfortable with being insecure. You've been caring what people think about you for so long. To you, that's normal. It's not normal. You are going to have to take a half an inch out your comfort zone. And you are going to have to make a decision every single day that you're going to do something just a little bit different. I'm not asking for a lot, just a little bit, 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day. Just imagine how far along you would be if you stuck to 30 minutes a day for 2 weeks. Just imagine how much better you would feel about yourself if you took a half an inch out of your comfort zone every single day for 6 months. Just imagine what kind of life you would be living a year from now if you just made the decision to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone and do something different every single day. You would be living a great life. You would be feeling amazing about yourself, but you choose not to. You gotta leave that comfort zone. That comfort zone has nothing that you want. If it did, you wouldn't be here. Okay. Okay. Leave that comfort zone. Now back to these hosting sites. I use Stan Store. I love Stan. Stan is great. But Stan Store is extremely expensive, okay? Stan Store is $99 a month. That is very high if your business is not making that yet, okay? If you're brand new to content and digital products and starting your online business, Stan Store is not for you. Instead, I want you on Gumroad. Gumroad, okay? Because Gumroad only charges you a percentage when you make a sale. They charge you 10% for every sale. So until you make money, you don't have to spend it. That is a great place to start, okay? Now, if I know anything about you, you're going to make money. How do I know that? Because you are taking notes, you are asking questions, and most importantly, you are going to execute. So when you do start making money, then you will transfer everything over to Stan Store later because Stan Store has a lot of features that will help you expand your business, like Afterpay and Klarna. Ladies, let me let you in on what's going on in the world of finance today, in case you didn't know. Buy now, pay later is taking over. It's taking over. Okay. And buy now, pay later includes Afterpay, Klarna, Sezzle, QuadPay, Zip, Affirm, PayPal. There's so many. It is now the preferred payment option. Why do you think they put it on DoorDash? Exactly. Because people are using it. And if you have a buy now, pay later option on your site, I promise you will make more. Absolutely. But for now, you will start with what you have. You will start on Gumroad, you will build your business, and you will transfer everything over to Stan Store later. Okay? So, what we just did was we made the ebook. That's what we did. We took Canva, we took ChatGPT, we put it together, and we wrote the ebook. And then we uploaded it to our hosting site. But now we have to sell it. We got to sell it. And I'll be honest with you, sales is 80% of the business. That's more than half. Okay. So we've got to get sales right, or there will not be a business. Okay. Got to get sales right. But before we get into sales, I do need to make something crystal clear to you. That process of copying and pasting and making that ebook that we just did, that process should not take you longer than 2 hours to do. Honestly, it should not take you longer than one, but I'm going to give you grace and I'm going to give you two. I'm going to give you two. And just so we're clear, on my live, age ain't nothing but a number. I don't give a damn how old you are. You don't get to use that excuse over here. Take that excuse somewhere else because you are on social media all day. You are copying and pasting the links to reels and sending them in the group chats all day. So I know you know how to copy and paste. You're not about to try to convince me that takes too long than 2 hours to copy and paste some words. No, it does not. If it is taking you longer than 2 hours, you and I have a serious problem that we have to fix today. Not tomorrow, not next week, today, right now. One of the issues that you might be struggling with, and I used to be guilty of this too. This is how I know, okay? You want to be a perfectionist, right? So that means everything about you just must be perfect or it's not right. You are the woman who will waste 6 months of her life that she will never get back just to overthink her brilliant idea and second guess her greatness. And then when you do finally decide to get started, you're going to take things out, put things back. You're going to get irritated and frustrated because it's still not perfect. It's still not right. You're going to have all this OCD and then you're going to give up on it again. Then you let 3 more months go by that you never get back just to waste more of your precious time. And then when you finally decide to restart and reset, this time you're going to go ask 20 people what they think you should do with your business. And the crazy thing is, these people that you're asking aren't even business owners. These aren't even people you would trade lives with. But for some reason, you care so much about what people think of you because you're insecure. And then when they do give you their opinion, you listen. Next thing you know, a whole year has gone by and you ain't did shit but waste your precious, valuable time that you will never, ever, ever get back. Hmm. Bless your heart. Bless your heart. Lord Jesus. Listen, been there, done that. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but sometimes that's just what I do best. And I'm going to hold your hand very tightly when I say this to you. Just know that I'm saying this out of love. Ma'am, you are not perfect at all. You are flawed. I am not perfect at all. I am flawed. Nobody is perfect at all. And everybody is flawed. See, what you really are is scary as hell. You are still living in fear. And what did we say fear stands for on this live? Fuck everything and run. And that's what you've been doing. You have been running away from your brilliant idea, your $1 million idea for years because you're so fearful of looking stupid. You are so fearful of people talking about you. You are so fearful of failing. And all of this fear that you refuse to let go of is the very fear that is stealing your dream life from you. Yes, it is stealing it. Because let's be clear, you already know exactly what kind of life you want to live. You already know. You have been manifesting and praying and doing all the vision boards and journaling about it for years. You know exactly what side of town you want to live on. You know exactly how much money you want in savings. You know exactly what kind of vacations you want to take with your family. And most importantly, you know exactly how much money you want to leave your children when you're no longer here. You know all of the things. But every single day that you do not live like that is another day that you could have, but you made the choice to let fear steal it from you. And if you want to dig even deeper into why we hold on to all this fear in the first place, it's because we're self-sabotaging. Mhm. That's what all this is. All this perfectionist crap, all of this I'm too busy crap, all of these excuses that you make, all of this crap is self-sabotage. You are doing this to yourself. This is why I keep saying you're getting in your own way. You are holding yourself back. It is you versus you. And the reason why we self-sabotage is because we have fragile egos. And your ego is terrified of feeling disappointment if it doesn't work. If you put yourself out there, if you try something new, and if you don't get the results that you want in the time frame in which you feel entitled to them, let's be clear, you are terrified of feeling disappointment. So you will self-sabotage to avoid feeling disappointment. You will self-sabotage by using the excuse of, I'm too busy. Man, let's stop gaslighting ourselves. You're not too busy because you're on social media all day. You scroll from TikTok live to TikTok live. You watch YouTube video after YouTube video. You are not too busy. You're self-sabotaging. So you will hold on to that excuse of I'm too busy because if you let that excuse go, well, then that means you actually have to do the thing that you've been avoiding for years. And if you do the thing and if you don't get the results that you want, you're terrified of feeling disappointment. So you will continue to hold on to the excuse of I'm too busy. Self-sabotage. You will self-sabotage by holding on to toxic friendships, toxic family, toxic relationships. You will say things to yourself like, well, we've been best friends for 20 years. Let's be clear. You might have been a best friend to her, but she was never a best friend to you. She's been using you. You will say things to yourself like, I know my man disrespects me and he calls me out my name, but I know deep down inside he loves me. If he loved you, he wouldn't disrespect you. You will hold on to toxic family because you're saying things like, well, that's my family. We're blood. Because If you really let those toxic dynamics go, you were terrified of who you would be without them. But I'm going to tell you exactly who you would be. You want to know who you would be? You would be a confident woman. You would be a woman that's holding on to all of her resources because you're not giving them away to people who are using and abusing you. But you were terrified of feeling disappointment if you try something new, if you do something different. So you will continue to hold on to relationships that do not serve you anymore. Self sabotage. That's what all this is. But I am so confused because earlier you said you were tired of living paycheck to paycheck. That's what you said. You said you were tired of dragging yourself to a job that drains you, that overworks you and underpays you. That's what you said. You said you were tired of feeling insecure. You were tired of caring what people thought about you. And you said you were tired of always giving up on yourself. That's what you said. But every day that you live like that is another day that you still live in disappointment because there's things about your life that you are not 1000% happy with. I'm trying to help you fix it, but we cannot fix it if we do not change. How can we make more money and stop living paycheck to paycheck if we don't have any products to sell? How can customers buy our stuff if there's no stuff? They can't. They can't. How can we start to feel better about ourselves and start building that confidence if we keep breaking the promises that we make to ourselves? We can't. Can't. So, you are going to have to launch. You got to launch. And I need you to understand and understand that your product will never be perfect. You can spend 20 more years on it if you want. Go right on ahead. Waste 20 more years of your life working on this digital product. And I promise you, it will still not be perfect because you are not perfect. So it is impossible for you to make something perfectly. But here's the caveat. The more you do something, the better you get. The more content you create, the better your content will get. The longer you run your business, the better your business will get. The more products you release in the future, the better your products will get. But they will still never be perfect. So stop trying. All of our favorite businesses that we spend our hard-earned money on today have gotten better over the years. Look at Netflix. Believe it or not, Netflix did not always have a fancy Netflix app. No, they were not always doing comedy specials with Kevin Hart and Dave Chappelle. Absolutely not. They did not always have their own production company making original movies and TV shows that are now winning Emmys and Oscars today. And they damn sure did not always have wrestling on pay-per-view. Years ago, before COVID, you used to have to go on their website, Netflix.com. You used to have to make a list of the movies you wanted to see. And these were not their original movies. These were movies that were once in theaters. They used to mail you a DVD off of the list. You could watch it as many times as you wanted. And when you were ready for your next movie, you had to mail that one back. They didn't wait until they had all of the funding to afford the fanciest software. They launched what they had. And the longer they ran their business, the more customers they got. The more customers they got, the more money they made. The more money they made, the more they were able to reinvest that money back into the business and make it better today. But let's be real, it's still not perfect. They still keep raising the price, and I still can't find shit on there to watch. Netflix is a $1 billion business, not millions, billions with a B. So if they had a messy middle, why do you think that you don't have to? If Tesla and Amazon had a messy middle, why do you think that you get to skip all of that? You don't. You will have a messy middle too, but you will launch regardless. Another reason why it might be taking you longer than 2 hours to copy and paste some words is because you are distracted as fuck. Listen, I have already accepted the fact that I am not the life coach for everybody. I have already accepted the fact that I am not the business coach for everybody because, believe it or not, most people are not really looking for solutions to their problems. Most people are just looking to pass time. Mhm. Most people are just looking to complain and vent about their problems to whoever's willing to listen. But the minute you present them with the very solution to the problem that they claim they had, they bail because they were never looking for help in the first place. They were just looking to waste time. I'm not here for that. No. I am here to help the woman who truly wants to change her life. She is sick and tired of being sick and tired. But in order to change your life, I have to first tell you the truth. I have to make you aware of what you've been doing so that you can change it. Self awareness is key. And unfortunately, most people are not self aware, they're just going through the motions. So I'm about to tell you the truth. When you get off of work, you could work on your business and reaching your goals, keeping the promises that you made to yourself so you can finally have some confidence, so you can stop caring what people think and start to feel very highly of yourself. But you make the choice not to. You choose to sit on the phone and gossip with your friends about celebrities and their drama. When you do have time off from work, like the weekends, you could work on your goals and keeping the promises that you made to yourself so you can finally develop self-respect and self-love, but you make the choice not to. You choose to sit on the couch and binge watch Netflix and Hulu for hours late at night when your children are asleep. You could work on your business and reaching your goals and keeping the promises that you made to yourself, but you choose not to. You choose to scroll social media all night, laughing at funny videos and sharing them back and forth in the group chats. And the reason why we have all of these distractions in the first place, social media, drinking, binge watching, gambling, video games, all of these distractions that we have, it's because we are trying to escape. That's what all this is, escapism. And the reason we are trying to escape is because there's things about our life that we're not 1000% happy with. And instead of you just being a grown woman and fixing it, you make the choice to run from it. But let me ask you, be honest. Don't gaslight yourself. How is that working? Is that working out for you? How do you feel? Just be honest. Is what you're doing working? You don't know? Okay. Well, just ask yourself, how do you feel on a day-to-day basis? Your body tells you everything you need to know. When your alarm goes off in the morning, are you jumping out of bed ready to start your day or are you dreading it? On average, do you feel happy and at peace or do you feel sad and anxious? That will tell you everything you need to know. Because if what you're doing is not working, then that means it's time to change something. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and over again and expecting different results. But if what you're doing isn't working, then that is confirmation that it's time to switch something up. Instead of trying to escape a life that you're not 1000% happy with, what if we just lock in and build a life that you never feel the need to escape from. Okay. So this is what you're going to do today, not tomorrow, not next week, today. Today, you are going to turn the TV off. You're going to put your phone on do not disturb. No more scrolling. You scrolled enough. You are going to tell your friends you will talk to them later. You are building your dream life. You are going to sit down at home. No, you do not need to go to Starbucks because somehow you get distracted there. You are going to start your ebook and then you're going to finish it. Not start, stop, come back next week because we already know how you do. You don't come back. You're going to start it and you're going to finish it. 2 hours is all you need. If we are crystal clear on all of these instructions, go ahead and put clear in the chat because respectfully, if you don't have anything to sell, there ain't no point in talking about sales. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz. We are building our online business. Very good, Jennifer. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go. Let's go. If I'm saying anything this morning that's resonating with your spirit and vibrating with your soul, make sure you guys are double tapping the screen. Also, you guys make sure you follow me. YouTube, make sure you guys subscribe. You guys, they do steal my videos. They do make fake accounts and they're going to turn around and message you pretending to be me. Do not get hoodwinked, finessed, or bamboozled on these TikTok streets, okay? Now, I told you guys a few minutes ago, sales was 80% of the business. That's more than half, okay? So we got to get sales right or there will not be a business. But I have to tell you the truth. Sales is where most people fail. They fail at sales, okay? Now, before you run away and start freaking out and second guessing everything, it's not because sales is hard. Sales is actually very easy, but people's mindset and the things that they think in regards to sales is what makes sales so hard for them. So in order to actually sell something, we have to first fix our headspace around sales. See, some of you guys might be struggling to sell your products because you're saying things to yourself like, I'm not a salesperson. What if I talk about my product too much and people unfollow me? What if people think I'm being annoying? What if people think I'm begging them for money? Okay, let's go ahead and clear all that up. First of all, selling is not begging. Selling is solving, okay? People have a problem and you have a solution. You are not begging anyone for anything. So go ahead and get that out your head right now. Number 2, you don't have a choice but to remind people consistently who you are, what you do, and how you can help them because people will forget. Ladies, let me let you in on something. Everyone is out living their own life. Life is life and stress is stressing for everybody. And just like you, most people are on social media all day. So they are being bombarded with content from the time they wake up to the time they go to bed every single day. You have to remind people of your products and services and how you can help them consistently, or I promise you, they will forget. Why do you think I keep telling you guys to take notes on this live? I keep telling you, write it down, write it down. Why? Because I already know you're human and you're going to forget. It's not a matter of if you forget, it's a matter of when. And when you do forget, you can still refer back to your notes and get it done. Why do you think I keep telling you that the key word of this live is execution? You keep hearing me repeat myself, saying execution over and over and over again. Why? Because psychology has already proven the more you hear something, the more it sticks. And I need it to stick in your pretty head that not only will you write it down, not only will you journal and manifest and watch, you will execute. That's the part you're not doing. You have to consistently remind people of your products and services and how you can help them, because I promise you, they will forget. Look at Amazon. We all know who they are. We all got the memo. And most of us are Prime members, meaning that we pay a monthly subscription to utilize 2-day, 1-day, and same-day shipping. And even though everyone knows who Amazon is, and most of us spend our hard-earned money with them every single month, notice they still consistently remind you of their products and services and how they can help you. How? Well, look at their Amazon trucks. You can't even go 2 miles down the street without seeing one. They didn't have to paint those trucks blue. They didn't have to put their logo on it, but they did it for a reason. Why? So that every time you see one of their trucks, which is multiple times a day, your brain thinks Amazon. I can order that from Amazon. You can't even go down a neighborhood or enter into a mailroom without seeing Amazon packages everywhere. They could have left those cardboard boxes blank. They didn't have to put their logo on them boxes, but they did it for a reason. Why? So that every time you see one of their packages, which is multiple times a day at this point, your brain thinks Amazon. I can order from Amazon. Amazon has made sure that they are top of mind. Now, let's be honest. Do you really think that they're worried about you unsubscribing from Prime because they're doing too much? Do you really think they're worried about you, thinking that they're begging you for money? Do you really think they're worried about being annoying? Girl, please. No. Why? Because they already know they have a solution to your problem. They know you're lazy and they know you want convenience. We all do. So every single day, they will remind you about their products and services, and every single month, you will spend your hard-earned money with them. Am I lying? For those of you guys who have seen my face before, maybe I'm not a new face to you. I've been on this internet for 6 years full time. You might have seen me on YouTube. I got multiple YouTube channels. You might have seen me on Instagram. I got multiple TikToks, Facebooks, threads. I am all over this internet. How is it that I'm able to show up consistently and remind people about Glow Up Academy without worrying about people thinking I'm being annoying or begging them for money? How am I able to do that? Because I already know I have a solution to people's problems. That's how. People want to become more confident in themselves. They want to actually reach their goals and feel highly about themselves. I work with them every single day inside of Glow Up Academy. People want to become more disciplined. They want to become more consistent so they actually get the shit done. I hold them accountable and I work with them every single day inside of Glow Up Academy. People want to build their online business. They want to monetize their platforms and actually sell their products. I work with them every single day inside of Glow Up Academy. I am a life coach. And if people unsubscribe or unfollow because I'm doing too much, respectfully, I really don't give a damn. That just lets me know they weren't really ready to change. And most people aren't. You guys, people do not change until the price of change outweighs the price of staying the same. In other words, until they hit a brick wall. People may complain about their problems, but they are content with their problems. People do not seek out help until they are sick and tired of being sick and tired. And because I have that energy with my products and services, I sell, and I sell a lot. Because Amazon has that energy with their products and services, they sell and they sell a lot. And if you want to sell a lot too, you are going to have the same energy. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay? Okay. Let's talk about sales. Good morning. Sales tip number one, make sure you guys are taking notes. The key word of this live is execution. We got to do it. Okay? Here we go. Content is king and distribution is queen. Content is king and distribution is queen. It's a sales tip number one. So let's break this down so it makes sense. All right. Let's start with the content is king part. Okay. Content is just anything that you upload to social media. Okay. So reels, long form YouTube videos, if you go live, pictures, stories, statuses that you might post on Threads or X or Facebook. All of that is content. Okay. And the content that we create and post is how we're going to get the word out about our products and services. That's how we're going to let people know who we are, what we do, and how we can help people through our content. And remember, we said people are extremely forgetful, so we have to post content consistently so they remember. That is why content is king. Now, I want us to adapt a new mindset this morning and moving forward. I used to have a mindset of go hard or go home. If you sleep, you're not working. That means you don't want it badly enough. Hustle, 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 never sleep. And let me tell you this from firsthand experience, that causes burnout, and you're not going to get far. The new mindset that I want you guys to adapt starting today is we are going to take baby steps. We are going to crawl before we walk, and we're going to walk before we run. And we're going to commit to taking a half an inch out of our comfort zone, slowly but surely, every single day to gradually get us to the results that we want. That is how we create a new identity. That is how we actually change who we are so we can attract the things that we want. See, a lot of you guys are struggling with posting content consistently because you're camera shy. And so it's damn near impossible for you to post content because you're not out of your camera shyness yet. So, but before we can even get to you posting consistently, we have to first address the camera shyness. Okay. So, if you are camera shy, this is what you're going to start doing today, not tomorrow, not next year, today. Starting today, I want you to sit in front of your phone or camera, whatever device you're going to be recording on, and I want you to record yourself talking to it for 30-second increments, 5-minute increments, 10-minute increments. I don't care, but I want you to do it multiple times a day. And this is not for you to post. This is strictly for you to get out of your camera shyness. All right. I want you to do it multiple times a day. And don't you dare tell me you don't have time. That is a lie that you tell yourself to feel better about your decisions. You have all the time in the world because the time that you spend scrolling is the time that you could be doing this. If you locked into doing this for 2 weeks, I promise you, you will not be camera shy anymore. Because what do we say? The more you do something, the better you get. Now, once you get out of that camera shyness and you're no longer feeling awkward or cringe, now we're going to commit to posting one 30-second TikTok video a week. Just one 30 seconds. 7 days are in a week. So that gives you 7 days to have ChatGPT give you some video ideas. That gives you 7 days to have ChatGPT script out a video for you if you don't already know what you want to say. That gives you 7 days to play around with the TikTok editing app and edit the damn video. That's more than enough time. That gives you 7 days to build up the courage to hit upload. It's just a 30-second video. Stop overthinking. Once you have consistently started posting once a week and you're doing that consistently every week, one 30-second video, we're going to take a half an inch out of our comfort zone and we're going to commit to 2 30-second videos a week. Once you are consistently doing that and you are meeting the mark, you're going to take another half an inch out of your comfort zone and we're going to commit to 3 videos a week. Next thing you know, you are posting content consistently, all because you decided to walk before you crawl or crawl before you walk and gradually but surely get to the results that you want, taking a half an inch out of your comfort zone every single day. This is how we become a new person. Okay? Now, distribution is queen. Not only are we going to work on posting content consistently, we're also going to be building at least 3 platforms. Well, why 3? Because one is too close to none. Like that one income you have at that one job. If they laid you off tomorrow, what would you do? You would be freaking out, trying to figure out how you're going to pay them bills. If you put all of your eggs in a TikTok basket and the US decides to ban it, what would you do? Because they banned it last year, remember? You would be freaking out, like all of the other TikTokers who only had a TikTok account. I teach my students that we have to stay proactive so we are not reactive. In other words, we have to stay ready. Now, which platforms should you grow? That's up to you. And by the way, it's not hard to build 3. The same exact video that you post on TikTok, you'll throw it on Facebook, YouTube Shorts, Instagram. Doesn't matter. It takes 5 minutes. I do it all day. Now, which platform should you grow? That's up to you. You have a lot of options. I always suggest starting with the platform that you're always on. So if you find yourself always on this TikTok app, start TikTok. Obviously, you like this app so much because you're always here, and this just choose 2 more. But I do want to let you know something in case you did not know. YouTube is the most watched platform. It is not TikTok. It is YouTube. YouTube has even replaced cable TV. I am going to always urge and encourage you to start your YouTube channel. If everybody is watching YouTube, why are you not creating content on YouTube? Good morning. Make it make sense. The math ain't mathing. Okay, start your YouTube channel. You can thank me later. Now, before we even get into sales tip number 2, I do want to speak to the woman on this live who's still holding on to fear. She knows who she is. She's quiet as hell. She said, "You're giving all the gems. Thank you, entity, but you got to do it. You guys got to do it." We can't keep watching about the thing, talking about the thing, journaling about the thing, manifesting about the thing, and telling everybody else about the thing. You got to actually do the thing. Now, for my ladies who's holding on to fear, she quiet right now. She's happy that she found this live. She said, "Jazz, I found you at the right time. I needed to hear this." But in the back of her head, she is scary as hell. She said, "I didn't comment because I was locked in." Thank you. I already knew. You quiet. You're quiet. You're quiet. She's saying things to herself like, "Jazz, girl, I would love to start an online business. This sounds amazing as hell, but I don't know. You want me to post content consistently? Mm. You want me to have ChatGPT help me make my own digital product? Mm. You want me to build at least 3 platforms? I don't know. I want to. I really do. But honestly, I don't think I can. And this just sounds really, really hard. Okay. Okay. Well, before you run away, like you always do, just listen. The very first thing I want you to know is this: I don't have the power to convince you of anything. Okay. I don't have the gift of convincing. Nobody does. So if you want to believe that posting content consistently is hard, then okay, your feelings are valid. You're right. It's hard. If you want to believe that having AI write your ebook for you is hard, then fine. Your feelings are valid. You're right. It's hard. It's hard. If you want to believe that building 3 platforms is hard, then okay. You're right. It's hard. But I do want to remind you that the life you're currently living is hard. Going to a job every day that drains you, overworks you, and underpays you day after day is hard. Robbing Patrice to pay Paula. making payment arrangement after payment arrangement after payment arrangement is hard. That is hard. Crying every day because you are unhappy and you are so stressed is hard. Knowing deep down inside that there is something better for you, you can feel it with your soul, but you're not yet living it. Now that is hard. That's hard. And you live like that every single day. And see, that's what fear will do. That. And you let it. You let fear convince you that you can't do any of this, but look at what you're already doing. That's 10 times harder. This is why I keep stressing the importance of keeping the promises that you make to yourself. This is why I keep stressing the importance of having confidence in yourself. Confidence will either allow you to have a beautiful life, or lack of confidence will make you have a miserable life. Because time and time again, you keep breaking the very promises that you make to yourself, to where now you don't feel highly about yourself at all, and you don't even think you can do this. But that is the result of all of your broken promises to you. Be honest, when was the last time you told yourself that you were proud of you? When was the last time you told yourself how amazing you are? When was the last time you told yourself how smart you are? Some of y'all don't even know. Some of y'all like, Jazz, I don't ever talk to myself like that. And that's the problem. That is the problem. One thing I've noticed that we do, and I used to do this too, especially as women, we have this toxic habit of never giving ourselves credit where credit is due. It's crazy. Look at all of the things that you have overcome. Let's be real. Life's for everybody. Nobody's life is perfect. And we have all had moments in our life that were hard as hell. And in those moments, we had no clue how we were going to overcome it. But guess what? You did. Because you're still here today. So you have already proven to yourself how strong you really are. You have already proven to yourself how resilient you really are. I don't have to convince you, because if you weren't strong, if you weren't resilient, you wouldn't have got through what you got through. But you did. You never want to give yourself credit where credit is due. You don't even see your own strength. And that's the problem. I remember when I lost my grandma, my whole world turned upside down. She pretty much raised me. And when I went off to college, I used to call her and tell her everything going on. I used to call her about 4 and 5 times a day just to talk to her because I really missed her, right? And she died when I was 25. And I had no clue how I was going to get through that. And that was the first time I had experienced grief. I had never lost anyone close to me until that. And even though that was really hard to cope with, here I am 10 years later, still living my life without my grandma. That is resilience, and that is strength. And it saddens me that you don't even see how strong of a woman you really are. And look, I don't even have to convince you of this because you can see this for yourself. You see people on these apps who's doing worse off than you right now. And they're still showing up, getting it done. There are women on these apps who have more children than you. who are still finding the time to show up and get it done. There are people on these apps who are living their darkest moments right now. They've gotten laid off. They've been evicted. They've been foreclosed on. And despite the weight of the world on their back right now, they are still finding the strength to get it done. So if they can do it, why can't you? Well, I'm going to tell you why. Because they made the choice to let go of fear. And you choose every single day to hold on to it. That's why. It's not because they're more talented than you. Mm-mm. It's not because they're smarter than you. No. It's only because they chose to let go of fear and you choose to hold on tightly to it. That is the only difference. Listen, my online business changed my entire life. I cannot make this up. I have been doing this full time for 6 years. I started during COVID, made more money than I ever could have imagined from a cell phone, a laptop, and some Wi Fi. For the first time in my life, I have peace. You can't even put a price tag on that. I now have purpose. I get to wake up every day doing what I love to do. I have freedom. I get to do what I want, when I want, and how I want to do it. I have confidence now. I'm happy. But before all of this, before COVID, I used to live a very different life. I used to be extremely miserable, extremely depressed, anxious as hell. I used to be 100 pounds overweight. I had a 9 to 5 that I absolutely hated, was very insecure. And to top it all off, I used to be an alcoholic. See, I had bought into the American dream blueprint that they sell all of us, but I bought in back in high school because society told me that if I went off to college and got a 4-year bachelor's degree, when I graduate, I'll be able to find a good job with benefits and stability. That's what they said. They said I'd be able to make more than enough money to where I could travel a few times a year. I could put extra money into my 401k. I'd be able to save up and buy a house. And when I get too old to work, I can retire with dignity and live out the rest of my years in peace. That's what society said, so I believed them. I went off to college. My mom told me to go. My grandma told me to go. All of my friends went, so I went. And I did the whole dorm room experience, stayed 2 hours away from home. Graduated 4 years later, got a bachelor's degree. That degree cost me $40,000. Moved back home like most college graduates do. Okay, now I'm negative $40,000. I am in the hole. 6 months later, I got my first full-time job with benefits. I'm 23 years old. They're offering me PTO, paid time off, meaning they're going to pay me to not be at work. What? And they were offering me $60,000 a year. This was before inflation, okay? This was back in 2013. I thought I was about to be rich as hell. I ain't never made that much money before, a day in my life. So I was ready to be a grown woman and do grown woman things. I moved out of my mom's house. I was sick of her rules. I was ready to start my own life. So I moved out. Didn't stop there. I decided to go get a car payment because that's what all Americans do, right? I had to upgrade my car to match my new upgraded life. See, my grandma had bought me a car when I graduated high school. It was paid off. I had my title in hand. It got me from point A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. But the car was old. Okay. There were no leather seats. There was no push to start. There was no tablet on the dash. So I had to upgrade and match my new upgraded life. So I went out and got me a brand new Dodge Charger. Now, my grandma and my mom told me don't do it. But me being 23, I'm like, what do they know? They're old. I did it. That car payment cost me $450 a month. And we all know with expensive cars comes expensive car insurance and expensive gas. By the time I paid all of my bills for the month, I was broke as hell. I was broke. I could not afford to take any trips. I could not afford to put extra into my 401k and max it out. I could barely afford to eat. I was broke. I had another problem. I had to start paying back them student loans. At 23, I didn't think the government was serious about getting their money back for some damn student loans because I thought everyone had student loans. Isn't that the American way? Yeah. The government is not playing with you when it comes to student loan repayments. They will give you 6 months after you graduate to get on your feet. They will not call you. They will not send letters. They want you to focus on getting a job. But best believe when that 6 month mark hits, they are sending letters to your house because here's the kicker, they're going to tell you how much you can afford. And since they saw on paper through my tax returns that I made $60,000 a year, I didn't have any dependents and no children, they said I should have no problem paying $400 a month. I'm like, what? $400 a month? Yep, that's the price. And it's not up for negotiation. That is the price. I had 11 student loan accounts that they lumped under one monthly payment of $400 a month. Every single month that I could not pay those student loans, which is every month, I got 11 missed payments on my credit. In the course of 1 year, I racked up 121 missed payments. My credit dropped 520. And just so you know, you cannot bankrupt those student loans. And they will garnish your check if you keep playing with them. There goes my American dreams of home ownership. Who gonna give me a mortgage loan with a 520 credit score? Nobody. Not till I fix that. So I'm broke. I have really bad credit. I have one last problem. I hated my job. Nowhere in that American dream blueprint did they tell me I would be miserable at my 9 to 5. Now, I'm not going to lie, you guys. I grew up extremely sheltered. I'm not even going to hold you. I was very naive in my early 20s. I had no clue how the world operates. Back then, I thought people, they would tell you the truth and they had no reason to lie. When I went into that interview, my supervisor told me that even though the department was all women and I was going to be the youngest one there, they all got along. There was no cattiness, and they were one big old happy work family. So I went into the department believing that was true. Okay. I learned that in corporate America, people are extremely fake. You got to watch them because they're slick with it. They're sneaky. See, they will kiki and caca with you in the break room, but don't get confused. That's not your friend, and they don't like you. They will even hang out with you off the clock. So they're not even paid to be around you at this point, but they will still invite you to happy hour. They will still invite you to their house. They will still invite you to their weddings and their baby showers so that you can meet their family and loved ones, but they don't like you. And that is not your friend. Don't get confused. They will even spend their hard-earned money on you. So when it's your birthday, they all come around and they contribute and they buy you a gift with the money that they worked for. But don't get confused. They don't like you. That's not your friend. They will even do Thanksgiving potlucks in the break room. So we all bring a dish and then we sit around at the table and sing Kumbaya and do the whole Thanksgiving charades, but they don't like you. And all you have to do is piss off the right one and they will make sure that every single day you work in that department is a living nightmare. I made the mistake. This is my fault. I take full accountability of making friends with a woman that was 31 years old. I was 23. And we used to do everything together, even off the clock. She used to tell me all the time that I was like the little sister she never had. And my naive, gullible ass believed her. And I said, oh my God, you're like the big sister I never had. And I was telling her all my tea. I told her all the things that I hated about our supervisor. We both wanted to put in to be promoted. She made the decision to let my supervisor know everything that I told her in confidence. And so as a result, my supervisor made sure that every single day I worked in that department was a living nightmare. I was miserable. I must have put in hundreds, if not thousands of applications trying to find a new job. I was trying to get the hell out. But nobody was calling me back for an interview. So I'm broke. I have really bad credit and I'm stuck at my job. For the first time in my life, at 23, 24 years old, I felt trapped. If you've never experienced what it feels like to feel trapped, I want you to consider yourself blessed. I wouldn't wish that feeling of trapped on my worst enemy. But let me give you some context. See, trapped feels like no matter what you do, your life's not going to get no better. That's how trapped feels. You can try to be positive. You can try to be optimistic all you want, but it feels like nothing but negative ass shit from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed every single day. That's trapped. You can try to work some overtime or get a part-time job so you can catch up on some bills. But just when you start to have a little bit of a savings account, something always comes up and slaps you in the face. Now your car won't start. Now you got to dish out money to fix that. It's always something. You can try to pray about it, but it begins to feel like God is ignoring you because you still wake up with the same problems every single day. That's trapped. Your life begins to feel like a nightmare that you can't wake up from. And I lived like that for 6 years. I used to pull up at that job. I would sit in my car and cry every day before I even clocked in. I started to bring that job home with me. You ever did that before? So what that means is you've clocked out. You should be at home enjoying time with your spouse, but you can't because you are replaying all the toxic things that they're doing to you and you're telling him about it. These people are living in your head rent free and you can't escape them. They have stolen your peace. I used to be so stressed out about bills. I couldn't sleep anymore. I started to have anxiety, like butterflies in my stomach, and I became extremely paranoid. Every day I thought that they were going to fire me. You ever been paranoid at a job where they're micromanaging you and you are terrified to turn anything in because you think they're setting you up to fire you? Yeah. And to cope with all of that depression and that anxiety and that stress, I started drinking. First, it was just a few drinks a week to calm my nerves, but that quickly spiraled out of control, and I became an alcoholic. And the only reason why I'm telling you any of this is because if any of my story is resonating with you, then you are already doing something hard. Going to a job every day that drains your spirit is hard. Crying every day because you are so stressed is hard. And see, the reason why I was so depressed back then was because I had nothing in my life to look forward to. Back then, I didn't have any hobbies and I didn't have any interests. My life literally began to feel like it was on repeat. Get up, go to work, be miserable, come home, cry, drink, sleep, repeat. Week after week, month after month, and year after year. But now I get to wake up every day doing what I love to do. See, for the longest time, I thought there was something wrong with me for being depressed about my life, failing to realize that is depressing. Anyone would be depressed with a life like that. Ladies, there's nothing wrong with you. Yes, what you're going through is depressing, but the beauty of online businesses, you can monetize anything. No, your idea is not stupid. No, your idea is not far-fetched. I don't have to convince you. How many times do you scroll on your For You page and you see the darndest things? And then you're sitting there scratching your head trying to figure out how the hell are they getting paid to do this? I know for a fact I can do a better job. Let me tell you how. You want to know how? The truth is, they chose to let go of fear, and you choose to keep holding on to it. It is not because they're more talented than you. It's not because they're more specialer than you. It's not because they're smarter than you. It's only because they chose to let go of fear and you still hold on to it. That is the only reason why they're getting it done and you're not. And I want to say one more thing before we move forward because I need to make sure you hear me loud and clear. I hope you realize that if you work 40 hours a week or more, you spend more time at work with people that you don't even like than you do with your family that loves you. I literally used to work 9 to 5. So what should have only been a 20-minute drive into the city is over an hour because I'm stuck in rush hour traffic. So an hour to work, an hour back, that's 2 hours in the car. 8 hours at work, 1 hour lunch break, that's 11 hours out of my day gone. It's gone. By the time I do get home, I was drained. I was exhausted. I was defeated. You only have a few hours to spend with your spouse and your children before you have to put everyone to bed to repeat the cycle again the next day. And let's be clear, your loved ones, they don't even get to experience the happy version of you because you're not happy. They don't get to experience the peaceful version of you because you're not at peace. You know what they get? They get the stressed out version of you. They get the sad version of you. They get the anxious version of you. That's not fair. You put everyone to bed just to repeat the cycle again the next day. Just look forward to the weekend. But respectfully, what the hell are you even looking forward to? Because Friday you still went to work. So they still got 8 hours out you. Saturday is the only day that you get to do what you want. But Sunday, not so much. No, because you have to what? Prepare for the work week. So what does that mean? You got to cook, you got to clean, you got to go to the grocery store, you got to do laundry, and then you have to mentally prepare yourself for the bullshit sitting on your desk come Monday morning. Ladies, that's not living. That is surviving. Life is meant to be lived, not survived. I don't know what your religious beliefs are, but I do know this. The God that I serve, he loves me, and he loves me a lot. And let me ask you, if he loves me so much, why would he put me on this earth to be hating the very life that he blessed me with? He didn't. That's not why he put me here. He put me here for a very special reason. And then he allowed me the opportunity to find it. And online business, social media allowed me the opportunity to monetize it. He put you here for a very special reason, too. There is something extremely special about you, too. But the problem is, life has a tendency to life. And somewhere on our journey of life, we lose our light. It gets dim, and then it gets dark. Maybe it was toxic friends, toxic family, toxic relationship. For me, it was a toxic job, and that job stole my light. But I am here to tell you this. If you even thought the thought, that's because you can do it. I believe that the ideas that we get comes from God. God is within us and he's talking to us all day long. If you listen, you will hear him. And if something inside of you told you to start this, try this, post this, that's because you can. The God I serve, he wouldn't give you ideas that you couldn't do. If it was truly out of reach for you, if you were truly incapable of getting it done, it wouldn't even have crossed your mind. But it did, because you can. But in order to actually get it done, you are going to have to let go of fear. You are going to have to make the decision to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone and just do something a little bit different today, every single day, to slowly but surely get to the goal, the results that you want. Because if you don't, fear will continue to steal your dream life from you. You can do this, but you've got to let go of the fear. Gotta let it go. Okay? Okay. Very good. Sales tip number 2, for those of you guys who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Jasmine. She said, today I'm literally laying here thinking of all the things I need to prepare for the upcoming week. It's crazy. Yes, I cannot make this up. It becomes a cycle that you can't escape. And then you don't even realize that you're in the cycle. Yes. Yes. That is real. That is real. Sales tip number 2, people only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. People only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. So if they don't like you, not gonna buy. If they don't know you, not gonna buy. And if they don't trust you, they will not buy it. So how do we get people to like us? Okay. Well, we're going to do that through our content. For those of you guys who are just tuning in, we said content is anything that you upload to social media. So reels, long form YouTube videos, going live, statuses, pictures, all of that is content. And in the content, that's how we get the word out about our products and services and how we can help people. In your content, I need you to be relatable and I need you to be authentic. In other words, I need you to be yourself. See, a lot of you guys are doing yourself a disservice because you're trying to be perfect. You want to make perfect content. You want to have the perfect aesthetic, the perfect lighting, the perfect camera, the perfect outfit, the perfect hair, the perfect makeup, the perfect nails. Everything has to be perfect. But what you fail to realize is people cannot connect with perfection because they're not perfect. And then you're being inauthentic because you're not perfect. So that's why you're struggling with building your community. And you guys, the community that you build, the viewers, the subscribers, the followers, the commenters, those are the people who are going to buy your products. So I need you to just be yourself. And don't you dare let fear take over and try to convince you that people will not like you. That's a lie. Because there are 8 billion people in this world. So I promise you, someone is bound to like you. You guys, the internet is how we connect with people from all over the world. I'm in the US. I have women inside of Globe Academy from all over the place, from Australia, Jamaica, Canada, Barbados, the UK. I've been to none of those countries, but I've been able to connect with women and help women from all over the world, all walks of life, all because I decided to post my content and be myself. What if I let fear take over this morning and I didn't go live? Well, then those of you guys watching wouldn't have been able to receive this message, and I wouldn't have been able to help you. But that's literally what you're doing to other people because you won't get out your head and post the video. I promise you, people will like you. There are so many people who need you. You have the very solution to their problem. So please, for the love of God, just post the videos. Stop overthinking. They will like you. Okay? Now, we said people only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. All right, cool. Well, how do we get people to know us? How do you get people to know us? She said, no, I'm new. I scrolled past and I connected. Very good, Marcia. Thank you so much for joining. How do we get people to know us? Okay. I need you to go live. Going live is the best way to build your community. Now, is it the only way? No, but it's the best way. And just so we're clear, whether you want to be a faceless creator or you want to show your face, I need you to go live. All the things that we're talking about apply to both faceless creators and people who show their face. So don't think because you want to be faceless, you get out of going live. Absolutely not. You can still go live and be faceless. Going live allows people to connect with you and interact and engage and feel out your vibes. It also allows you to promote your products. Now, some of y'all just hard headed as hell, and you're gonna say, "That's great, Jazz, but I don't want to go live." And I'm gonna say, "Fine, don't." I told you, I'm not here to try to convince you to do anything that you don't want to do. If you don't want to go live, don't. But I do want to remind you, in case you didn't know, or that in case you don't remember, you also said you didn't want to go to work. You said you were tired of going to a job that drains you, overworks you, and underpays you every single day. That's what you said. It amazes me how many people are willing to bust their ass at their job to build wealth for someone else, but they absolutely refuse to spend 30 minutes or an hour building wealth for themselves. You guys, especially on TikTok, you see people all damn day and all damn night selling their products. They're selling everything: hair, makeup, nails, clothes, digital products, everything. The internet does not sleep. It does not matter what time of the day or night you go live, just go live. Now, some of y'all are like, "Well, Jazz, I would go live. I'm not really against it. I'm just live shy." Okay. For my live shy ladies or camera shy ladies, any shyness that you're struggling with, the only reason why you're shy in the thing is just because you don't have enough experience doing it. Okay. It's not because you suck at life. It's not because this isn't meant for you. It's not because you're not good enough. It's only because you don't have enough experience doing it. Okay. Maybe you went live once 6 months ago, but you haven't done it since. Okay. Listen, we have been on this live for 106 minutes. And if I know anything about people, one thing I know is this: you trust what I'm saying to be true. Because if you really thought I was full of shit, you would have left by now. So I need you to go ahead and trust this. I promise you, if you go live consistently, you will not be live shy for long. Anything that you do over and over and over again, you get better at. I don't have to convince you. Look at the results in your own life. You did not always know how to walk. Well, now you walk just fine. How? Because you consistently did it. You did not always know how to read and write, but now you do that just fine. How? Because you consistently did it. You did not always know how to drive or do your job, but now you do that just fine. How? Because you consistently did it. So just imagine what would happen if you consistently went live. Oh. I cannot make this up. She said, "Yes, I'm shy. I only went live twice. I need you to do it consistently." She said, "The devil keeps kicking me off, but I found you again." I'm so glad you are here, Marcia. I need you to go live, you guys. Go live. Now, we said people only buy from people they like, know, and trust. All right, cool. Well, how do we get people to trust us? Okay. There's a reason why I'm telling you to post content consistently. And no, it's not for your health. The reason why I'm telling you to post consistently is because the more people see you, the more they begin to trust you. Consistency builds trust. I don't know if you know this or not, or if you're living under a rock somewhere, but people work extremely hard for their money. Okay. You work hard. I work hard. Everyone is out here working hard. And if you want someone to trust you with their hard earned money, then that means you are going to have to be trustworthy, which means that you have to be consistent. You don't have a choice. Now, I want to do an exercise with you guys. For those of you guys who do not have a product yet, sit this out, take your notes. For those of you guys who do have a product, but you're struggling to make the sales that you want, this is for you. Now, the first thing we have to do is remove ego and pride. Now, some of y'all can't do that because you think you know everything and you don't believe that there's any room for growth or improvement. I'm not here to convince you otherwise. Keep thinking that. Just know that pride always comes before the fall. Now, for those of you guys who can remove ego and pride and you recognize that there's room for growth and improvement, I'm talking to you. First, what we're going to do is we're going to go to our profile and we're going to ask ourselves some questions. We have to be honest with ourselves. Write this down. The worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. The worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. Don't you ever forget that. Now, ask yourself this. Is it clear who you are, what you do, and how you can help people? I also need you to ask this, be honest. If you were not you, would you buy from you? If you were not you, would you buy from you? If the answer to any of those questions is no, then you should no longer be confused as to why people are not buying from you yet. There should be no more confusion. But the reason why I say yet is because you have the power to fix it. So just make it clear. Make it clear who you are, what you do, how you can help people, so that when people go to your profile, they know exactly what they can get from you. See, that is the beauty of life. That is the beauty of business. And that is the beauty with everything that we've talked about so far on this live. Anything, and I literally mean anything, that is not giving you the results that you want, you have the power to fix it. You have more control than you think you do. But the problem is, you make the choice not to. See, I have already accepted the fact that I am not the life coach for everybody. I have accepted the fact that I am not the business coach for everybody. Because believe it or not, most people are not really looking for solutions to their problems. Most people are just looking to pass time. Most people are just looking to complain and vent to whoever is willing to listen. But the minute you present them to with the very solution to the problem that they claimed they had, they bail because they were never really looking for help in the first place. They were just looking to waste time. But I'm not here for that. I am here to help the woman who truly wants to change her life. She's hit her brick wall. But in order to actually change, I have to first make you aware of what you've been doing, which means I have to tell you the truth. The truth will set you free. The truth is very uncomfortable. Good. It's supposed to be. But it will set you free. Anything in your life that is not giving you the results that you want, you have the power to fix it. But you make the choice not to. So, for those of you guys who are struggling with camera shyness or live shyness or any type of shyness, just fix it. I already told you how. Start going live consistently. Start being in front of the camera consistently. And I promise you, you will not be struggling with that shyness for long. And even though I gave you the exact solution to the problem that you claim you have, most of you, as soon as I end this live, all you're going to go do is hop into another one. All you're going to do is watch another video, and you're going to sit there and have the audacity to complain about why you're so shy. Well, at that point, that's a choice. You want to be that. Because if you truly didn't want to be that, you would do the very thing I told you to do to fix that. That's a choice. For those of you guys who are struggling with confidence or lack thereof, you care way too much about what people think of you. You don't think highly of yourself. You keep telling yourself what you can't do and what you're not good at. Fix it. I already told you how. Start keeping the promises that you made to yourself. If you told yourself that you were going to start a business, then start the daggone business. If you told yourself that you were going to post content, then start posting the content. If you told yourself you were going to lose weight, then lose the weight. And even though I gave you the exact solution to building up your confidence so you can feel good about yourself, most of you, as soon as I end this live, the only thing you're going to go do is hop into another one and waste more time and then sit around and complain about why you're so insecure. Well, at that point, you want to be insecure. That's a choice. Because if you truly wanted to have confidence in yourself, you would do the thing that I told you to fix it. You don't want to. You are just looking for a way to pass time and waste time because you have no intention of fixing the problems that you claim you have. That's a choice. That is a choice. See, in order to fix the problems that you have, it's going to require you to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone. And most people don't want to do that. Your comfort zone is just your daily routines and habits. It's just what you do on a day-to-day basis. It's the people that you talk to every day, the environments that you frequent, the content that you want or that you watch, excuse me, the distractions that you have, the vices that you have. It's just your daily routines and habits. That's all it is. It's the path of least resistance. It's what's most familiar to you. But the crazy thing is, the results that you're looking for, the life that you claim you want, is not in that comfort zone. If it was, you wouldn't be here. You would be out living your best life. If you were truly happy with the life that you have, and you were truly achieving everything that you've wanted for yourself, you would not be scrolling social media all day. You would be out running your business. You would be out living your best life. You would be out spending time with the people who love you and value you. You wouldn't be here. But you're here because this is your comfort zone. Scrolling social media is your comfort zone. Watching TikTok live after TikTok live is your comfort zone. Watching YouTube video after YouTube video is your comfort zone. It amazes me how many people would rather talk about the thing. They will journal about the thing. They will manifest about the thing. They will create vision boards about the thing. They will tell everybody about the thing they want to do, but they refuse to actually do the thing. Because doing the thing would require you to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone. That would require you to close these apps and do the thing. But that's outside of your comfort zone, which is why you choose every day not to. Instead of scrolling for 4 hours a day, why not just scroll for 3.5? And those 30 minutes that you didn't scroll, you just work on the thing. You have got to leave that comfort zone. That comfort zone that you refuse to leave is the very thing that is draining you. That comfort zone that you refuse to leave is the very thing that is frustrating you. It is the very thing that is depressing you. It is the very thing that is keeping you financially struggling. You are going to have to make the decision to take a half an inch out or just keep doing what you're doing. Don't change a thing. And then come back a year from now and let me know how it's going. I already know how it's going to go. You will be in the exact same place you've been in because you refuse to take a half an inch out and do something a little bit different. You've got to leave that comfort zone. One thing that I've noticed about people, and I used to be the exact same way, is we live in a trapped mindset. And we've been living in this trap mindset for so long that we don't even recognize that we're living in one. And then what we choose to do is we choose to surround ourselves with other trap-minded people. See, we attract who and what we are. For the longest time, I didn't want to believe that because you might have a friend of yours, and you might be like, I'm nothing like her. You're just like her. You are just like her. We surround ourselves with people who we are very similar to. We might share the same mindsets, the same opinions, we might have the same distractions. Because if you were truly different than that person, y'all wouldn't get along. It'd be nothing but friction and tension. But y'all get along just fine because y'all are just like each other. And so what we do is we surround ourselves with other trap-minded people. So it's just a whole bunch of trap-minded people giving trap-minded advice. But I'm here to tell you, you are not trapped. And I don't care what your circumstances right now, what you're struggling with, there is always a way out. But the only way to get out is to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone, do something a little bit different than societal norms to slowly but surely get you to the results that you want for your life. See, I used to have a trap mindset too. And I really used to believe deep down in my soul with everything that I had that I was trapped at that 9 to 5. I really believed that, and you couldn't tell me otherwise. I was never trapped at that job. I believed I was, but I wasn't. I had options, but those options that I had was going to require me to take a half an inch out of my comfort zone. And the problem is, I was surrounded by other trap-minded people. All of my coworkers hated our job. We were all miserable. So it's just a whole bunch of trap-minded, miserable people giving trap-minded, miserable advice. See, I could have quit that job and just moved back home and looked for another job. I had that option. But my mindset back then was, if I move back home, then that means I'm failing at life. That means I'm moving backwards. That's not failing at life. Failing at life is deciding every day to be miserable. Failing at life is deciding every day to be depressed. Moving back home is not moving backwards. It's just temporary until I find something better. But because that's what I believe deep down in my soul, I didn't move back home. I could have quit the job and just moved back home. But I chose not to because I didn't want to fail at life. I could have quit that job and just went back to fast food. That's what I came from. I've worked McDonald's, I've worked Burger King, Wendy's, Hardee's, I've worked damn near every fast food chain. But you want to know what my mindset was back then? You want to know the truth? I thought I was too good for it. I had too much pride and ego. And I really believed that because I was a college graduate with a bachelor's degree, I'm too good for those jobs. And you know what's crazy? Those jobs that I used to have never caused me the amount of stress and anxiety that I had at that 9 to 5. Yeah, I would have had to work more than 40 hours, sure, but at least I wouldn't have been drinking every day. At least I wouldn't have been paranoid thinking that they was going to fire me every day. Now, would I have been? Nope. So I made the choice to stay at a job that was draining me and causing me anxiety and depressing me than to just leave. So I chose to complain. I chose to vent. I chose to throw pity parties for myself. I chose to talk about what wasn't fair and what wasn't going to work for me. I chose to do all of the things except the one thing that would have changed my entire life forever, which was just leave the damn job. All I had to do was leave. I was not trapped at that job. And you are not trapped with whatever you are going through. But in order to get untrapped, you will have to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone. You might have to do something a little bit different than societal norms, but I promise you, it will get you to where you want to be. Some of you guys have convinced yourself that you don't have the ability to fix your problems yet because you just need more information. And you really believe deep down in your soul that if you watch more TikTok lives, if you watch more YouTube videos, if you archive more reels, if you ask ChatGPT more questions, then you will get the information that you need, and then you will have the ability to fix the problems that you have later. I am here to tell you that you are not lacking information at all. Let's be real. You're on social media all day, so you have more than enough information. You have watched all of the TikTok live coaches at least once. You have seen everybody's face. You have already archived countless reels on how to level up and how to start an online business. You have already watched YouTube video on top of YouTube video on how to monetize your YouTube channel. You have asked ChatGPT question after question after question. You already have all the information that you need. You are not lacking information. What you are lacking is implementation, meaning you don't execute shit, which is why I made the keyword of this live execution, because you're not doing that. You are the woman who consistently talks about what she's going to do, but she won't just hush and do it. You are the woman who makes excuse after excuse after excuse as to why it's not going to work for you and why you're not good enough. You are the woman who complains and vents about her problems and throws pity parties for herself. You are the woman who procrastinates and talks about what you're going to do tomorrow and later, and those days never show up. You are the woman who continues to put everyone and everything before you. You refuse to make yourself a priority in your own life. You are the woman who does all of the things except the one thing that will change your life forever. And until you change that, nothing for you is going to change. You have to change because who you are today does not align with the version of you that you want to become. I'm going to make the assumption that you want to be the version of you who's extremely confident, who knows how to post her content and live her life and not care what people think. I'm going to assume that you want to be the version of you who prioritizes yourself in your own life. Yes, you're going to be a good mother, and yes, you're going to be a good wife, but you're also going to be good to yourself. I'm going to assume that you want to be the version of you who follows through with the things that she says. I'm going to assume that you want to be the version of you who has boundaries and standards, and that you will cut people off who disrespect you and not think twice about it. I'm going to assume that you want to be the version who knows how to pour into herself. But in order to be that version of you, you're going to have to change who you are today. See, that version that I just described, that version is within you. However, it is buried under the fear. It's buried under the limiting beliefs and the excuses and the procrastination that you refuse to let go of. And until you let go of those things, until you change that about you, you will never be that version. You will never be that version. You have to change. You keep holding you back. Your lack of confidence is holding you back. And until you change that, nothing for you will change. One of the things that I've noticed about society today is we have become extremely entitled. Entitlement is at an all-time high. And most of us don't even realize how entitled we've become because we've been entitled for so long. And then you've surrounded yourself with other entitled ass people. And so it's just a whole bunch of entitlement, giving each other entitled ideas. And what you have done is convinced yourself deep down in your soul that you are entitled to time. You really believe that. You really believe that you are entitled to time. And if you don't start today, you are entitled to tomorrow. And if you don't start tomorrow, you are entitled to next month. And if you don't start next month, you are entitled to next year. You really believe you are entitled to time. But I'm confused because last time I checked, tomorrow's not guaranteed. So if tomorrow's not guaranteed, how do you know you'll always have tomorrow to start? How do you know you'll always have next week? How do you know you'll always have next month? How do you know you'll always have next year? You don't know that. But instead of you living every day that you do have to the fullest, doing the things that truly make you happy, surrounding yourself with people who love you and respect you. You go where you're celebrated, not tolerated. Instead of you getting off of these apps and working on your business and doing the things that are most important to you, instead of you keeping the promises that you make to yourself with the time that you are blessed with, you choose to waste your precious, valuable time. You waste it on people who don't respect you. You waste it on habits that are not pouring into you. You waste it on excuses that are just wasting your time. You do not have all the time in the world. You are not entitled to time. Time is your most precious, valuable asset. Some of y'all don't want to believe that. Some of y'all think it's money. Some of y'all really think that money is your most precious, valuable asset. It is not. It is your time. It is your time. See, you could lose $50. Yeah, it would suck. Who wants to lose 50 bucks? It might take you a few hours to make it back, but guess what? You can make it back. But if you lose your time, you don't get not 1 second of it back. It is gone forever. And the only thing you are left with is regret, resentment, shame, guilt. Those are very heavy emotions to carry with you every single day. And those emotions will weigh you down. They will destroy you. But that's what you choose. Because instead of you being stingy with the time that you are blessed with, you waste your precious, valuable time. And I don't have to convince you on how quickly time is moving because you can see that for yourself. Be honest. How many times a day do you look at the clock and say to yourself, wow, I cannot believe it's 8:20 in the morning. Wow. I cannot believe it is May 2026. Wow. I cannot believe I'm 35 years old. Or insert your age there. Well, if you're anything like me, you do that at least once every day. So you already see for yourself how quickly time is moving. And even though you see how quickly time is moving, you still make the choice to waste your precious, valuable time. You're going to have to change that. You are going to have to start getting more stingy with your time. You don't have as much time as you think. And eventually, one day, you will run out of time. It's inevitable. One of the toughest reality pills that I had to swallow on my own journey. This is tough, so brace yourself. Your life and the direction it's going in, whether it's going great or not so great, is a direct reflection of the choices that you make. See, I told you guys I used to be 100 pounds overweight. Well, my obesity was just a direct reflection of the foods that I chose to eat. My obesity was just a direct reflection of the exercises that I chose not to do. That's just the truth. I did that to myself. Your finances are a direct reflection of the choices that you make. For the longest time, I thought the reason why I was living paycheck to paycheck was just because I didn't make enough money. And if I just made more money, then those problems would go away. No, I did it to myself. You want to know the truth? The truth is, I was living above my means. That's why I was paycheck to paycheck. I was buying cars I couldn't afford. I was staying in apartments that I couldn't afford. And as a result, I got all of the stress that came with it. I did that to myself. Now, some of y'all might say, well, Jazz, you're right. Some people do live above their means, but that's not why I'm struggling financially. How is it my fault with the economy the way it is? How can I get ahead when food prices, rent prices, and gas prices are so damn high? How is that my fault? Okay. Your finances are a direct reflection of the choices that you make. And I'm going to tell you why. Ladies, let's be real. Times have been hard. Food prices, gas prices, rent prices have been on the rise for years. This didn't happen last night, but every day you choose to do nothing about it. Because let's be real, most of you already knew what an ebook was because you bounced from TikTok Live to TikTok Live. You could have launched your ebook 6 months ago. You already had some chat GPT prompts. You already knew about Canva and you already knew about AI. Don't lie. You could have launched that ebook 6 months ago. You would be making sales today. You could have started that YouTube channel 4 months ago. You already knew YouTube was paying creators to post videos. I didn't teach you that. You already knew that. Your channel could be monetized today. You could have started that TikTok account last month. You would be building your community today. And what did we say? Our community, our viewers, our subscribers, our commenters, our followers, those are the people who buy our products. But every day you choose not to. You choose to complain. You choose to vent. You choose to throw pity parties for yourself. You choose to talk about what you can't do and what you're not good at. You choose to make excuses. You choose to do all of the things except the one thing that will change your entire life forever, which is start. You refuse to start. And until you start, nothing's going to change. You cannot watch your way to a business. You have to do it. You cannot watch your way to making content. You have to do it. Nowhere in my entrepreneurial journey did I get anywhere from watching. There is this disconnect between watching and doing. And a lot of you guys have convinced yourself that by watching, you're doing something. The only thing you're doing is wasting your time. A lot of you guys think that if you journal about it some more, I don't know. Journaling doesn't get you anywhere. Journaling doesn't get you anywhere. You've journaled enough. There is nothing left to write down. It's time to do it. Put the notebook down and just do it. Close these apps and just do it. This is getting out of hand. You've got to just do it. There's nothing left to plan out. You've already planned and outlined and mapped and done this. You've made Venn diagrams. There's nothing left to do but do. And look, I'm not perfect at all, okay? And the version of me that you guys see today is a direct reflection of the changes that I've had to make in my own life. I'm nothing like who I used to be. I told you guys I used to be 100 pounds overweight, and for years I used to yo-yo diet. So that means I would lose 20, gain 30, lose 40, gain 60. And year after year, I was just gradually getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I had made it clear to myself that I did not know how to lose weight and keep it off, because if I did, I would have did it by now. I told you the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. It was time for me to take a half an inch out of my comfort zone and try something a little bit different so I could slowly but surely get myself to the results that I wanted, which was a healthy body. So I decided to hire a personal trainer. Changed my life. Changed my life. Not only Did I lose 100 pounds that go around? I have since kept the weight off for 4 years. I told you, we attract what we are. My whole family is obese. And all of my friends at that time were obese. So I'm just around obese people and getting advice about how to lose weight from obese people. That doesn't even make sense. My personal trainer was the first person in my adult life that showed me no matter how hectic life gets, I still have to prioritize moving my body for at least 30 minutes. He showed me that no matter how busy I get, I still have to eat most of my food at home or I will gain weight. Everybody's slowly gaining weight. That influence rubbed off on me because I saw him do it every single day. I have since changed my circle. Now, my friends, we're all in shape. We all prioritize our health and wellness. I see them and they push me to be better, and vice versa. We have little challenges amongst ourselves. You have to change who you're around. I used to be the biggest procrastinator. I used to always say, why start today? I can just put it off till tomorrow. And tomorrow never showed up. I used to make excuse after excuse after excuse. All that had to change. I used to live in fear too. I used to be scary as hell. And notice, you guys, the fear that we hold on to, these aren't even things that have happened. You realize that, right? The fear that you're holding on to, these are things that you made up in your head. You are hyping yourself up for worst case scenario. Why do we never look at best case scenario? Best case scenario, you post your content and you feel good about it. So then you want to do it again. Next thing you know, you're being consistent, your platforms are growing, you're making sales, and you're running your business on your terms. But you don't want to think that. You want to think, well, what if I post a video and Susie from high school laughs at me? What? And that hasn't even happened. I don't. The fear that you're holding on to, it hasn't happened. It's all in your head. I used to be my biggest bully to myself. I know a lot of y'all can relate to that. The things I used to say to myself was absolutely disgusting. You know, I used to call myself stupid on a daily basis. Let me ask you, how was I going to run a successful business when I'm calling myself stupid every day? I wasn't. Ladies, your internal world is a reflection of your external world, meaning the things you have going on in this pretty head of yours always manifest into the real world. If you have chaos going on in here, I know for a fact your life is chaotic as hell. I don't even have to know you. You probably got a new story every day, just full of drama. But that makes sense because there's chaos going on in here. If you disrespect yourself internally, I know for a fact you have people in your real life who disrespect the hell out you. But it makes sense because that's how you treat yourself. Change your thoughts, change your life. Put some respect on your name. If you wouldn't say those things to a child, you have no business saying it to you. You are not stupid. You are not dumb. Everything you touch turns to gold. You are more than capable. You are amazing. Start acting like it. The biggest distraction that I struggled with in my own journey was alcohol abuse. And I told you guys I started that toxic habit when I had that toxic job. And you would have thought that once I quit the job, well, then that problem would just go away. Ladies, let me tell you this, your problems don't just go away. Okay? If you don't intentionally fix them, they just get worse. My obesity was just getting worse. If I didn't intentionally fix my weight issues 4 years ago, who knows how big I'd be today? I was already 340 pounds back then. I'm 6'3". I'd probably be about 500 pounds today. my alcohol abuse was just getting worse. See, at least when I had that job, I couldn't be drunk for 8 hours because I had to work. But I quit my job during COVID. Everything was shut down. I had nothing but time to drink. And see, I had just quit my job on a whim. I had been there for 6 years. I was turning 30 in a few months. COVID was going on. I just got fed up. I just was like, you know what? To hell with y'all. I put in my 2-week notice and I was out the door. I also believe that God was pushing me out. Like it was just something inside of me that kept saying, the time is now, the time is now, quit, quit, quit. So I quit. I didn't have much money saved up either. Okay. But my plan was I was going to use my stimulus check, live off of that for a few months. And then hopefully by then my business will be making money. And then my business can just take over from there. Now, the math wasn't mathing in the first place. I don't have any kids. So my stimulus check was only about $2,000. And I had just bought a house, by the way, hadn't even been in the house for a whole year yet. The mortgage was $1,900. So the math wasn't mathing from the start, but I didn't care. I quit. So now I'm at home watching TikTok lives and YouTube videos, just trying to make it all make sense. Digital products, monetization, content, algorithms, and platforms. I didn't know anything about any of this, but it's not working. Nobody's buying my stuff and nobody's watching my videos. Now, I had a lot of ego and pride back then. The version of me back then was always right, okay? And it was never my fault. It was never Jasmine's fault for anything, okay? It was always someone or something else, but it was never me. See, I convinced myself that I was doing everything that I could do to make this work, but in fact, I wasn't because I was always drunk. But because I had so much ego, I'm not looking at myself as the problem. I'm looking at the platforms as the problem. I'm blaming YouTube. I'm saying it's YouTube's fault. YouTube doesn't like me. That's why it's not pushing my videos. It's not my fault. It's Instagram's fault. Instagram doesn't like me. That's why it's pushing my videos. But remember, it's not me. It's always someone or something else. Then I'm getting pissed off at God because I'm like, God, you told me to quit. I quit and I'm running out of money. I had already missed a mortgage payment. If I miss another and another, you know what happens next? Foreclosure. I didn't want to admit to myself that I'm the reason why it's not working. See, the truth is, I was not posting content consistently. I was not going live because I was always drunk. I couldn't admit to myself that I had a drinking problem. I had too much ego for that. You know how much shame and guilt I would have felt if I said that out loud? Oh, no. Mm-mm. So I just continued to lie to myself some more. And I convinced myself that as long as I don't drink before 11 a.m., I'm not an alcoholic. Because, see, in my mind back then, alcoholics, they start their day with alcohol. So as long as I wait till after 11, even though I drink all day, every day, I'm not an alcoholic because I'm not starting my day with it. So I don't have a problem and there's nothing to discuss. I cannot make this up. The worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. But you get to a point where you can't keep running from you. Eventually, you're going to hit a brick wall. And eventually, God is going to force you to listen. See, I believe God is within you. Okay, so you have God within you. I have God within me. But God is not outside of you. You actually run into problems when you search for Him outside of you. Those ideas that you get, that's God talking to you. That intuition, that gut feeling that you get, that's God talking to you. And notice we spend way too much time trying to avoid listening to the God within us. Because let's be real, deep down inside, you know exactly what you should be doing. You know exactly what you should be doing. You just don't want to. Deep down inside, you know exactly who you should cut off. You just don't want to. But eventually, you're not going to be able to keep running. And God is going to force you to listen. And I'll never forget, I was sitting on my bed crying. I said, God, they're going to take my house. All the overtime I worked to come up with the down payment, all the time I spent fixing my credit, they're going to take my house. I don't know what to do. And God said, Jazz, what are you doing? What are you doing? You have been begging for a business for years, which is true. I had been. He said, the opportunity is right in front of you and you're wasting it. So, what are we going to do? Are you going to keep doing what you've been doing, which is a whole bunch of nothing? Or are you going to fix it? Are you going to change? I decided to fix it. I decided to change. I decided to stop drinking. Haven't had a drink in almost 5 years. I will never touch alcohol again. I am done. And since I decided to change, my whole life began to change. I started posting consistently, started making sales. My platform started growing, all because I decided to change. For the first time in my life, I started to feel good about who I was. I started saying nice things to myself, like I'm smart, I can do this, I'm really good at this, all because I decided to change. For the first time in my life, I started to have confidence in myself. See, what a lot of people fail to realize, and what I didn't realize back then, was this: in order to get something, you're going to have to give up something. Mm. In order to get something, you have to give something up. You can't have both. See, in order for me to lose 100 pounds and keep it off, I had to give up fast food. I had to give up soda. But you know what I got in return? My health. No more high blood pressure. No more prediabetes. All because I gave up the thing that was giving that to me. In order for me to get the business that I had been begging God to give me, I had to give up excuses. I had to give up procrastination. I had to give up negative self-talk. I had to give up fear. I had to give up distractions. I had to give up alcohol. But when I gave those things up, God opened the floodgates of heaven for me. He gave me everything I asked for and more. See, I had just asked God to help me make $60,000 a year to replace the job I quit. But I even started negotiating that. I said, Lord, if you could help me make $45K a year, I'll cut the cable off. I'll make it work. Just please help me get out of this job. God gave me 6 figures. I had just asked God for 1,000 Instagram followers because I'm like, shit, I don't even know 10 people in real life. If I could get 1,000 people to follow me, I'll take it. God gave me 100,000 Instagram followers. I had just asked God for a little bit of confidence so I could stop crying all the time and feeling sorry for myself. God gave me a lot of confidence. I think very highly of myself. There's nothing I don't think I can't do. I keep all of the promises that I make to myself. See, a lot of times we delay our own blessings. Let's be real. You've already prayed and prayed and prayed some more. God heard you. He knows exactly what side of town you want to live on. He knows exactly what kind of vacations and memories you want to create with your family. He knows exactly how much money you want in savings. And most importantly, he knows exactly how much money you want to leave your children when you're no longer here. He heard you. And he is ready to bless the hell out you. But the problem is, he gives us free will. So, in other words, you can do whatever the hell you want to do. He's not going to stop you. So, if you want to waste 5 years, he'll let you. If you want to waste 20 years, he will let you. You know, some people don't receive all of their blessings because they refuse to change. They refuse to listen. They refuse to be obedient. But once you do change, once you do listen, once you become obedient, he gives you everything you asked for and more, all because you decide to change. And sure, maybe change is hard. Maybe it is. Okay. But notice the life that you're currently living is hard. Going to a job that drains you every single day is hard. I have been there. I've done that. Trust me, I know. Crying every day because you are so unhappy with the way things are going right now is hard. I've been there. I've done that. I know. Knowing deep down inside that there is something better for you, you can feel it, but you're not living it, is hard. I've been there. I've done that. I know. I've lived both hards, but I would always choose this one because at least this hard comes with peace. Okay, you can't even put a price tag on that. This hard comes with purpose. This hard comes with freedom. This hard comes with confidence. This hard comes with the income that you need to live the life that you want. I keep telling you, if you even thought the thought, that's because you can. Those ideas that you get, that's God talking to you. And if you listen, he talks to you all day. If there was something inside of you that told you to post this, try this, start this, launch this, that's because you can. God would not give you ideas that you could not do. If it was truly out of reach for you, if it was truly something that you were incapable of, it wouldn't have even crossed your mind. God does not plant seeds in an environment that cannot harvest them. But you thought about it because you can. But in order to actually get it done, you are going to have to let go of fear. You are going to have to make the decision to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone and slowly but surely get to the results that you want. You're going to have to decide that every single day you're just going to do something a little bit different, 30 minutes every day, slowly but surely. Because if you don't, you will continue to get the results that you've been getting. You have to change because who you are today does not align with the version of you that attracts the things that you claim you want so badly. You've got to change. For those of you guys who want to change, then I want to help you. But I can only help people who want it. I cannot help people who don't. If you are 1000% happy with your life and the direction it's going in and you don't need anything improved, then fine, just keep doing what you're doing. If you like it, I love it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. But if you're not 1000% happy with the way things are going and you want to change, then I want to help you. Inside Glow Up Academy, I'm going to teach you how to start your online business from scratch. Every single thing that you need to be successful with your online business is inside of Glow Up Academy. Maybe you want to sell your products on TikTok Live, how I do, how my students do, how thousands of other creators do. Fine, I'll teach you. It's in there. Maybe you want to monetize your platforms, so you want to get paid to post your videos on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Fine, I'll teach you. It's in there. All of my platforms are monetized. Maybe you don't want to do an ebook. I know that's what we talked about this morning, but maybe your vision is something different. Maybe you want to create an e-course or private communities. Fine, I'll teach you. I've made hundreds upon thousands off of private communities alone. It's in there. Every single thing that you need to be successful with your online business is inside of Glow Up Academy. But not only am I going to teach you how to build your online business, most importantly, I'm going to teach you how to build you. Inside of Glow Up Academy, you and I together are going to build your discipline. Inside of Glow Up Academy, you and I together are going to build your confidence. Inside of Glow Up Academy, you and I are going to build your follow through. Inside of Glow Up Academy, together, you and I are going to build your self prioritization. Yes, we do all have 24 hours, but we do not all have the same responsibilities. You and I are going to figure out what works best for you with your schedule, your responsibilities, and your family. And we will create something for you. Whether you work better in the morning, whether you have more freedom at night, on the weekends, we will figure it out together. And then that is when we will get it done. Glow Up Academy is a space where not only do you build your online business, but you become the woman who not only starts something, but she actually follows through. A couple of things before I let you guys join. First thing, I only let 10 people in at a time because believe it or not, not everybody has the same journey. Okay. Some people have a product, no audience. Some people have an audience, no product. Some people have a million ideas, but I told y'all earlier, money flows where energy goes. We got to pick one. Okay. Some of you guys are listening to all the ideas that God gave you, but you are spreading yourself entirely too thin. So we're going to pick your one most favorite idea and we are going to grow that one. And then once that one idea is growing and actually making money, then we'll reach back into your pile and pull out another idea to go along with it. Some of you guys don't really know what kind of business you want to start yet, and no worries, we'll figure it out together. Some of you guys don't want to start a business right now. There are other things you want to work on. Like maybe you want to work on prioritizing yourself, healing from toxic relationships. Maybe you want to work on self-care and self-love, confidence. Whatever it is, I can help you. I have just noticed for myself, having more than 10 people join at one time overwhelms me because I want to make sure that I'm able to help everyone the way that you deserve. Okay. I spend a lot of time making sure that I understand your goals, I understand what you're struggling with, and we create a schedule, a routine, and something just for you and your life and your responsibilities. Okay. Something else. I am gonna set a timer for 10 minutes because I told you guys I only want to help people who want it. I'm here to help the woman who has hit her brick wall. Believe it or not, some people are content with being unhappy, and that's fine. More power to you. I'm only here to help the woman who wants to change it. Okay. So I'm going to set a timer for 10 minutes. So once that 10-minute timer ends, we're done. I'm taking the link off and we are done. Do not overthink. If you're still here, that's because you know I can help you deep down inside. Otherwise, you would have left. So just move. Okay. One last thing, Glow Up Academy is lifetime access. So once you're inside, you are inside forever. You will always have access to all of the information that is in there and what I update regularly because things are consistently changing, right? Algorithms change, stuff like that always changes. It's inevitable. You will always have access to our live coaching calls. We go live in there. You'll be able to access those all the time. You will also always have access to ask me any questions, any feedback that you want. I'm always responding to all of my students. I'm also always checking in with you. Okay. I'm going to hold you accountable. If something's not working, we're going to fix it. We're not delaying. We're not wasting time. Time is too precious. Okay. So you always have access to that. All right. Because Glow Up Academy is lifetime access, there's no monthly fees, dues, none of that. Once you're in, you're inside forever. It is $5.97, okay? And it is worth every penny of $5.97. For the past 2 weeks, I've been recovering from thyroid surgery, and I have not been live. And women were still joining at $5.97, okay? However, because you guys have been here, you've been present, you've been asking questions, and most importantly, you promise you're going to execute. I'm going to take the lifetime access price down, and it'll stay down for the next 10 minutes while the timer is going. But once that 10-minute timer is over, it will go back up to $5.97. You can use Afterpay or Klarna to break that payment up if you would like. That's fine. And you can get in while it's lower. Okay. So that's why I'm telling you, don't overthink. Just join. Okay. One more thing I want to show you guys before y'all start joining. There is let me pull it up for you guys. There is an inbox icon. Okay. If you're not familiar with the Skool platform, there's an inbox icon here. Okay. As soon as I get off of this live, so in about 10 minutes, I'm going to be hopping inside to ask you guys more questions for those of you guys who joined. I want to know more about you, what you're struggling with, what your ideas are, because I'm going to create a plan specifically for you. Okay. I am your life coach. I want you guys to respond to my message. Some of you guys, I don't know, you get a little all over the place. The quicker you respond to my message, the quicker we can start executing. Okay. I know sometimes you guys are joining quickly because you're at work and you want to get in while it's lower, but I need you to promise me that before you go to bed tonight that you respond. Okay. The quicker you respond, the quicker we can move. I'm waiting on you. Okay. I'm also consistently checking in with you to make sure that the plan that we created together is working. So I need you to always be checking my messages. All right. So in case you didn't know, there is an inbox icon right here. I respond to all of my students and I'm always reaching out. So please make sure you respond. That's how you find it. Okay. All right. I'm going to show TikTok how to join first, and then I'll show YouTube. YouTube, y'all's instructions are a little bit different, so just hang tight for a few seconds. TikTok, in order for you guys to lock in, I am on 2 lives. TikTok, I am on 2 lives, okay? You're going to click on my profile picture up at the top twice. You're going to come to my profile. Now, the live that says tired of your own BS, let's fix it. You guys are on my backup account, so my profile does not look like this, but the link is still the same, okay? No matter which TikTok you're on, you're going to click on the link that says stand.store. And then here we are. Become the woman who actually follows through. And the price has been marked down from $5.97 to $3.49. It'll say $3.49 for the next 10 minutes. Okay. Scroll down. Feel free to read my reviews. I don't mind. Enter your name and quadruple check your email address. You can use Afterpay or Klarna to break that payment up. And then you're going to click this blue button right here that says Start My Glow Up. Within 30 seconds, well, really 10 seconds, but 30 seconds tops, you will see a email from Stan. That is your order confirmation email. The second email will be coming from me. It'll say Jasmine Spencer invited you to join Glow Up Academy. Okay. When you click on that email, there's a yellow button that says Join Now. I need you to join now. Make sure you are fully inside and you see everything. Once you do, come back to this live and confirm to me that you are inside, okay? Now, I need you to quadruple check your email address. Sometimes the autocorrect will get you. It'll invert some letters, so then you don't get the email. I need you to let me know you got it, okay? If you did not get it, if there was a technical difficulty, no worries. We'll fix it right here on this live. Please do not leave my live until you let me know that you received everything and that you are fully inside, okay? YouTube, in order for you guys to lock in, you have to leave the live. Good morning. You're going to come to my YouTube channel and you're going to click right here where it says stand.store. And then here we are. Become the woman who actually follows through. Same thing. It is marked down from $5.97 to $3.49. Scroll down. Feel free to read my reviews. I don't mind. Enter your name and quadruple check that email address. You can use Afterpay or Klarna to break that payment up. And then click that blue button that says Start My Glow Up. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and set the timer now. 1 second. Timer. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and start the timer now. Rachel, I just see you joined. Rachel, can you check your email for me and let me know you received that second email from Jasmine Spencer? And you guys, if you have a Gmail, a couple people have told me sometimes that second email that says Jasmine Spencer invited you to join Club Academy. I'm Jasmine Spencer, by the way. Sometimes that email shows up in your promotional tab. I've had 2 students that say it has shown up in their spam folder. So check both. Check the promotional tab, check the spam folder as well, okay? I am waiting on Rachel. Okay, we have a few more minutes left, so let's go ahead and do some of our affirmations real quick. Okay. All right, where are we at? Let's knock out some of our affirmations, shall we? Ooh. I am a powerful creator of my own reality. I am a powerful creator of my own reality. That is true. A lot of you guys don't give yourself enough credit. You are a powerful creator of your own reality. But in order to get the reality that you want, you have to do it. Some of you guys, listen, I love the fact that a lot of you guys watch my YouTube videos. You guys help me run up the AdSense check. I really appreciate that. But I really only want you watching, listening when you're in motion. I don't want you watching my videos while you're sitting on the couch. I don't want you watching my videos while you're laying in bed. I need you moving. I am big on execution. You better be listening to me while you're getting your steps in. You better be listening to me while you're driving to work. You better be listening to me while you're setting up to create your own content, while you're setting up to start your own live, to host your own live. Because if you want to stay in this watching phase, then just don't watch me at all. Because at that point, I'm not doing anything for you. I'd rather you go somewhere and get something out of it. And I don't want you just watching just to watch. I need you to execute. We execute over here. Okay. You have to execute the thing in order to get the reality that you want. Some of you guys think that you just manifest. You have to put in the action. You don't just say it and then it just magically happens. I don't know what world you live in, but the world I live in, you got to move. You got to do. You got to show up, not watch. Okay? So yes, you are a powerful creator of your own reality, but that's going to require you to close these apps and actually do the thing that you got to do. Okay? Every act of self-care is a declaration of love for myself. Every act of self-care is a declaration of love for myself. This is true. So how do we start acting? How do we start doing the self-care so that we can create the self-love? Putting yourself first in your own life. A lot of you guys are trying to pour from empty cups. You can't effectively pour into somebody if your cup is not in overflow. A lot of y'all's cups have been empty for years. You keep giving. There's nothing left to give. That's why you feel drained. You have to put yourself first. You cannot be selfless unless you are selfish. It does not make you a selfish person because you want to work on a business. Selfishness is when someone is always taking from someone and not giving anything back. You simply telling someone no does not make you selfish. You have to pour into you. And the only way to get your cup in overflow so that you can effectively pour into others without feeling drained is to put yourself first. And then some of you say, well, I don't have time. That's a lie. Because the time that you spend on social media, you could be pouring into yourself. You guys, this scrolling that you do, you don't even realize. You don't even see how much time you waste every single day. I post, I go live, and I get off, and I go live my life. I run my business, I make my content, I post my content, and I live my life. I live my life. I do not scroll. I don't know what the trends are. I don't know who got divorced from who. I live my life. She said, I've been watching for too long. The fact is, I take care of my adult disabled, but no more excuses. I still need you to do something for you. When your adult disabled is sleep, what are you doing for you? You have to do for you. Or you can keep feeling how you've been feeling. It's really that simple. A lot of people make things way more complicated than it has to be. It's not hard. You make it hard by trying to overcomplicate stuff. Just do. Okay? Rachel, I'm still waiting on you. You guys, please do not leave the live until you confirm to me that you received your email, because I don't know what your email is supposed to be to know whether or not you got it. I don't know if you're on YouTube or TikTok, Rachel, but I really need you to let me know that. Let's do another one. No, we did that. We do that one a lot. I'm trying to find some new ones out of this pile. This moment is shaping me into a strong version of myself. This moment is shaping me into a strong version of myself. There's a reason why this live showed up on your For You page or your newsfeed this morning. And that's because a lot of the things that I mentioned are things that you are struggling with. If you don't feel like you need the accountability, if you don't feel like you need to change your circle, fine. But what you do need to do is actually execute the thing. Okay? You really need to execute the thing. You've got to get out of this watching loop. This watching loop convinces you that you are being productive because you could be watching funny videos or you could be watching drama, right? But you also could be doing. You also could be doing. So do not allow watching to make you think you're being productive. Watching is your comfort zone. Watching is your comfort zone. Your comfort zone is watching. So take a half an inch out of that comfort zone of watching. 30 minutes, 20 minutes, doing the thing. No, Marcia, it is not closed. Doing the thing. Stop watching. Okay. Rachel, I'm still waiting on you, babe. TikTok, I'm gonna show you guys one more time. YouTube, I'm gonna show you guys one more time, and then we're gonna head out for the morning. Where are we at? TikTok. Hold on. In order for you guys to lock in, you're going to click on my profile picture up at the top twice, come to my profile. Don't forget TikTok. I am on 2 lives. The one that says tired of your own BS, let's fix it. You guys are on my backup account. So the profile does not look like this, but the link is still the same. You're going to click where it says stand.store. And then here you are. Become the woman who actually follows through. YouTube, in order for you guys to lock in, you're going to leave the live. You're going to come to my YouTube channel. You're going to click on the link that says stand.store. And then here we are. Become the woman who actually follows through. Again, it is marked under $349 for lifetime access. Scroll down. Feel free to read my reviews. I do not mind. Enter your name. Quadruple check your email address. You can use Afterpay or Klarna to break that payment up. And then click this blue button that says Start My Glow Up. Thank you, Rachel. And within 30 seconds tops, really more like 10 seconds, you'll receive that first email from Stan. And then the second email comes from me, Jasmine Spencer. Rachel, hold on. Let me make sure I see you inside. Actually click the yellow button. I don't see the member count. I don't see the member count going up. I need you to click that button for me. I need to know you are inside. That's how I'm gonna be able to send you the message, okay? I want you actually inside. I want to make sure there's no technical difficulties or nothing, okay? So I'm gonna give you a few more minutes to do that. Uh, it's gonna be so nice today. I'm so excited. You guys, one thing I've been doing these past 8 months now is walking. So I love to lift weights. I am a weightlifter, but walking, getting my steps, now that is some solitude, peace. I look forward to my walks every day, especially now because it's warm out. Oh my gosh, it's like my favorite thing to do. After I get off of live, after I respond to my students, I go on my walk. I'm outside for about 2 hours. I'm getting my steps in. It is so peaceful. Sometimes I'll have music or I'll listen to a podcast. Sometimes I'll listen to nothing. I just listen to the cars drive by. It is very therapeutic. It allows me to feel more grounded. It allows me to think of new ideas and stuff. It's something about a walk. If y'all are not walking, you better start. I'm telling you, if you ever experienced like anxiety or any type of depression or anything like that, go on a walk. Just go on a walk, 20 minutes, an hour. Just get out there and get some steps in. And the beauty of that is you can go slow, you can go fast. It doesn't matter. Just move your body. Mm, I love it. It's already 80 degrees. I see people outside walking now. I'm like, ooh, I'm about to be out there in a little bit too. I'm gonna be out there in a little bit too. Um, Rachel, I'm still waiting for you. Hold on. Let me refresh my page. Actually, I think you're in. Okay, Rachel, you're in. I see you. You are in. All right, cool. Rachel's inside. All right. Perfect. Mm. All right, cool. All right, Rachel, I see you. All right, you guys, we are done. For those of you guys who joined, I'm hopping in now. You'll get a message from me in the next like 5 to 10 minutes. For those of you guys who didn't, that's your choice. But I will tell you this, you've got to get off these apps. You have got to get off these apps. The life that you're looking for is not watching other people. You've got to execute. And if you don't feel as though I'm the life coach for you, fine. But please get off these apps. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Follow me if you haven't already. They do steal my videos, you guys. They do steal the videos. They make fake accounts. And they turn around and they message you. Do not get hoodwinked, finessed, or bamboozled on these streets, y'all, because they're coming for you. Okay? I enjoyed you guys. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me on this beautiful Saturday. And I will see